What is up, Entree fam? Welcome to the Friday Live Helpcast with your hostess, the mostess, Diana Gladney. And I am pumped, excited, thrilled, all right, to be before you. Last week, we had our 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Let's just go ahead and, well, let me find this. Let me find this right here. Y'all not ready. Yay, round of applause and all that. Had the 10K giveaway last. We gave away 15 prizes. We gave away a Switch Pod. We gave away a Rode Pod mic. We gave away a lot of stuff. So I'm super pumped to come back to you on this Friday. Get back to our regularly scheduled program, which is never regular. It's never, well, it's scheduled now. So every Friday at noon Central Standard Time. If you're wanting to make sure, let's do something a little different, because I never say share the stream with somebody, but here's the reality of it. This year, a lot of people are going to be getting started on YouTube. And if that is the case, and you know that people are asking questions, invite them to the Friday Live Helpcast so that they can get their questions answered as well. They don't have to subscribe and all that other stuff if they really don't want to stick around, because that's fine. But if you know that somebody is really struggling or they have a lot of questions in regards to getting started on YouTube, share this with a friend. Let them know every Friday at noon Central Standard Time, we do our Friday Live Helpcast, and they can come and get their questions answered because they can. So share with a friend. Sharewithafriend.com. Don't go there. I don't know who owns that or if it's even a website, but that would be smart to do. We got Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Good to see you, saying, oh yes, Q&A with a pro. Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Miss Kathy Hester saying, yay, my favorite video show. That warms my little heart, Miss Kathy. Good to see you. And we got the DevonChambersOfficial.com. Also don't know who on that website, but it says, hey fam, Miss D, your schedule is bananas. How do you do it? Well, it's a schedule. And so that's the thing, is like, so like I literally just got off of a YouTube Q&A room that was featured by Desiree Martinez of the Women of YouTube podcast that is hosted by TubeBuddy. So we just did, what was it, 10:30 this morning, my time that started. And so just got off of that, you know, getting prepared, you know, got my cup of coffee, and then, you know, we're here. And so it's just really about running off of a schedule, but that's not to, like, y'all see me probably a lot more places, but I do actually take time for rest. My time to rest and to do nothing is sacred as it is to come and show up and do work. So, oh my goodness, we have the charcuterie, is that how you say it? Professional. Miss Jordan said, I'm here for it all. Well, I am so pumped. Good to see you, Jordan. So if you guys are trying to figure out how to do first of all, if you're trying to figure out how to pronounce the word, I am not a good representation to help you with that. Charcuterie, listen, charcuterie or charcuterie. Listen, I think it's all of this, Alabama, St. Louis, all up in the throat muscles. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Charcuterie, charcoal. I don't know. It's a barbecue, whatever. It's nice cheese and cracker things on a board that Jordan does phenomenally. So if that's your dig, check Jordan out. Saying Devin was there. Yeah, man, I saw you in the clubhouse room. Good to see you. Saying, do you have this posted on Facebook anywhere for me to share? No, but if you click the share button down below, it will give you the Facebook icon. And if you are signed in on your computer or either on your phone, it'll automatically just like, hey, where would you like to share this to, or what have you. So that is the thing. So if you would like to share, just click the share button, and then it'll give you icons to the social platforms or just the link. And then you can do that there. So any questions that you guys have, you can definitely feel free to ask away. Year of leading dangerously. So you changed your name from APing, saying no excuses Friday. I love that, because you know what? Even I was thinking, like, I'm tired. I don't want to do anything, but yet I'm like, you know what? I feel like doing it anyway. So even when you don't feel like it, you have to push through when you don't want to. And you know what I find, Kathy? When you push through, when you don't want to, the greatest things have come of that. So super pumped. And Jordan's laughing at me because I can't say charmin, charcuterie, whatever. Listen, Sean Cannell. I can say, look, that's I can't say it. Sure. How do you say it? First of all, because you're not going to keep laughing at me. I know y'all laughing at home. How do you say it? Charcuterie? Or is that right? Somebody tell me. All right. Blind guy has a question. Thank the Lord, because I'm just deliver me from the trying to pronounce that word. My question is regarding video premieres. I know that some people premiere every video, and we haven't premiered one yet. Trying to figure out if we should. Okay, I'm going to take that time frame off. Trying to figure out if we should premiere some or all edited videos. So here's the thing with premieres. Premieres are annoying if it's about nothing. And that's the honesty of it. Because it's like you have a video that's done, it's ready, and you could watch it, but it's set to premiere. So it's like, well, what are we waiting for? You know, it's like if it's ready to watch, when somebody sees it and they're online, then they can have the impression that it's like, well, what's the point? Like, what are we waiting for? Like, why are you holding back the video? So there's an annoyance factor there if it's not something worth premiering. The other thing is that if it's not, or if it is something that's worth premiering, it's like, let's say we finally are going to get Damon John, the shark, on, you know, and he's going to give us tips about how his team is about to use YouTube if they are not already. And it's something we've been working towards. Y'all know it's like, man, I've been trying, like, if you know what I'm saying, like that kind of a deal. And it's like, we finally can we're going to premiere that episode. He's going to be in the chat. I'm going to be in the chat so we can watch the episode together and like have a movie night with the Entree fam and be able to talk to Damon John in the chat and, you know what I'm saying, watch the interview. That is worth premiering. You know what I'm saying? And even if it wasn't like a Damon John, it could just be somebody in the space that's, you know what I'm saying, of interest, or somebody like an author or whomever. And it's like, yeah, it's something that's cool because it means they don't have to be live and on camera ready because we already did the video or the live stream or the interview or whatever, but they maybe can afford some time to be in the chat live. And so that is something worth premiering. Or if it's something that's like, we've been waiting to get blah, 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 and so we're finally going to like, so in a premiere also, for it to make sense community-wise and conversation-wise, it needs to be at least 10 minutes. If the video is not at least 10 minutes, then it's going to seem really fast and it's going to be no point because people are going to have to wait because they can't go back when it's premiering. Well, I'll take that back. YouTube just made some changes, so they could have changed that. But to my knowledge, you can't go back when it comes to the premiere. So it kind of screws you when it comes to that, because it's like now they got to wait. They were seeing it. Now they're only seeing the tail end, and now they got to start it over. So when it comes to premieres, you don't always, that's one of the things. It's like, that's why you don't want to mimic what you just see people doing. You really want to understand the psychology of their community if there's somebody that you're modeling after. But just to copy what somebody else is doing can suck because you start doing stuff that your audience doesn't like. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a live stream, talk to them. What are they most interested in? What's like a highly regarded whatever. So if a camera company reached out or something like that and they gave me the release of it or whatever, and this is going to be my official review, and you know what I'm saying, we can digest the 16-minute video together and ask questions live kind of a deal, that's something worth premiering. Otherwise, me just doing a tutorial is not really premiere worthy. So that's my thoughts on it, because it's always frustrating to an extent. It's like mitigating the things that are really kind of going to piss your audience off if they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? If it just gets weird. All right, so let's see here. So good question. Really good question. So, a year of leading dangerously, Kathy saying, yes, name change for clarity. That's always an excellent reason to make a decision or make a change, because if you don't have, like, here's the thing, most brand names are made up and they mean nothing until the brand makes it mean something and kind of stand up for something. Then at that point, it becomes something that's kind of like, Nike means something now. You know, a picture comes to mind, a product comes to mind. McDonald's means something. Otherwise, it's just a name. You know what I'm saying? It's just a thing. So I definitely agree with that. So saying it's a snow day here down in the South. Interesting. I don't think we have any snow. I also haven't been outside and have no intentions of going this day. So the nurse practitioner extraordinaire say, are you live every Friday? I want to go live weekly, but I'm struggling to do it. Any tips? Yes. So we've been doing this now for over a year. I've been doing live streams for a long time, but the schedule of when would vary. So I would test out Fridays, I would test out Mondays, and I would test out like a Wednesday or Thursday kind of a deal the last several years. And we just kind of found a home with a Friday live stream. And when the pandemic hit, I went ahead and made it a thing for every Friday that we would have the Helpcast, because a lot of people had questions and still do. And so now it has become a show on the channel. So every Friday at noon, because they got pissed at me, it's like, well, is it at 1 o'clock or is it at 12 o'clock today? It's like, we need a schedule. It's like, all right. So I wound up setting it to Friday at noon Central Standard Time. So yes, we are live every Friday, unless something happens where I need to reschedule that. But yeah, we've been doing this for over a year now. So the Friday Helpcasts. Also, to your question, if you want to go live weekly, you got to commit. Ain't no strategy. You have to commit. If you want to go live and you want to create a weekly live, it can't be optional. Like, this is in my calendar. So even when something comes up, I have to specifically say I'm willing to do something else other than the Friday live Helpcast. Like, because I wanted to sleep in this morning. I wanted to do a lot of things. And I'm committed to showing up here the same way I was committed to going to a job that I hated. So unless you're going to get that kind of same dogged determination around the content, it's the same way. You got to be committed to what you are doing. And so I think if you're talking about creating a show, live stream is based on trust. Live stream content is based on trust. People will not come here. They won't even watch the replay if they feel like I'm going to waste their time or devalue what if I'm just here and I'm not paying y'all no attention and I'm doing whatever I want to do, y'all not coming back because I'm wasting your time. But you're giving me your time. I'm honoring that time by committing to doing it. So even when nobody shows up or it's not as many people or whatever, because I don't think it's been a live stream ever recently where nobody showed up, because I've even done some sneak ones and people will still pop in and it's just like crap. But it's because it's a trust thing that has been developed. If I'm showing up, I'm going to give of my time. I'm going to give of my knowledge. I'm going to help you as much as I possibly can in the time that we have together. And so, like, if you're trying to create a schedule with your content, you have to set it, be committed to it, and be committed to showing up even on days like today when you don't feel like it. So that's my advice there. And then Jordan from earlier, charcuterie. Why, thank you, Jordan. You only let me sit mispronouncing the word for 45 minutes. So charcuterie, that's what her channel is about. Not charcuterie, not churro, not churros. Charcuterie. So thank you, Jordan. You helped us learn a new word today. Saying your dissection of an answer is much appreciated. For the record, I did not even snicker at your pronunciation of the cheese tray setup. Can't say it either. That's the thing. It's like charcut. Look, some words in English, I don't even know if they don't even sound English per se. It sounds like it came from someplace else. And so you're trying to, and then too, like I said, the Southern twang kind of sits in your throat already. Some St. Louis Midwestern stuff. We already don't pronounce words all that well. And then now you throw in another word that I can read it, and up here it makes sense. But when I try to say it, all that Southern twang, Midwest twang just kind of comes out, and it's just like, it's like, you know what? This is not my life. This is not my life. Rich, good to see you. Saying very true. A name is not a brand. A brand is a brand. Good point. Love it. Love it. Love it. Kathy saying AP could be advanced placement, assistant principal. After review from Pat Flynn, decided to make a change, and I like the pivot. Still have to update the website. Yeah, and so I also know that you have your podcast that's kind of based around that as well. And so I get that it, to an extent meant like the year of like assistant principaling, or I would assume that's what it kind of meant. But at the same time, I think that it's important to always like re-emphasize your brand. Be re-emphasizing the what's what. Be, constantly saying it over and over and over again. Because just because you said it doesn't mean it connects with people. It doesn't mean that they heard you. And so to get to that point to where when you say it, it rings a bell, it makes sense. That's just from constantly reiterating the brand and what it is. Because you want to get to a point, that your brand is doing its job and your brand messaging is clear. when somebody says, hey, what do they do? Or just like Jordan. I don't watch Jordan's channel all the time because I'm not doing cheese boards. Dairy doesn't love me, okay? So, but I appreciate her content. But at the same time, how easy is it for a stranger, or even like when Jordan popped up today, it's like, how easy is it for me to recount to you what it is that she does? Or am I just going to say a bunch of fluff words to make it sound cute? Like, oh yeah, Jordan's doing some big stuff, some cool things on YouTube. Check her out. It's just like, no, she makes the little cheese board, the charcuterie with Sean Cannery, whatever the hell, that stuff. Okay, Sean Connery boards. She does those. You know, it's like, is it easy for people to just easily say what you do? Is her brand promise probably something bigger, helping families have more, decorative event foods, or what? It could be something more meaningful for that. But can I clearly and competently state what it is that she offers in very simple, easy language? Yeah. What does McDonald's do? They sell hamburgers and French fries. They can brand the McCafe all they want to, but we know them for their brand as they sell burgers and French fries. You know, what does Dunkin' Donuts do? They sell donuts and coffee. They can try to branch that however they want to, but it's just like, oh yeah, there's a great coffee shop where they sell donuts and coffee. It don't matter if they got into breakfast. It don't matter that they got it. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to your channel, you want to be able to competently and clearly state what is it that you or teaching or showing or whatever. I help principals become great leaders, or I help great leaders become great staff, whatever it is, so that if a stranger can say it, then you know your brand messaging is clear. So, all right, where did the chat go? All right, let me extend this out here so I can see. What's up, Sammy Superstar? Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Like I said, I wanted to do a lot of things. The struggle is real. Yeah, it's like the cool thing with developing a channel, developing a brand, developing a business, whatever the case is. It's always like, especially like the more time freedom that you get, the more focused that you have to be, because you could do anything, you know, at that point. But what's important, you know, one of the things I learned from a mentor years ago was understanding his WIN formula, WIN. The WIN formula is an acronym that says what's important now. Not what's important later, not what will be important eventually, but what's important now. So, you know, if you always are trying to get to a point of figuring out where your focus should be, use the WIN formula, at least starting with it to say what's important now. And that always helps to dictate the actions. Other question, okay, thank you, understand the commitment, but what about topics? Just press record. I don't want to just do it to do it. Okay, I got you. So here's the thing. If you are trying to figure out what kind of content to create, like let's go to YouTube and let's see what kind of content that you have, because otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Like I can give blind advice, but I prefer to give more focused advice. So yeah, you don't want to just show up just for the sake of showing up, because like one of the worst things and uncomfortable things to do is just like, hey guys, what do you want me to make for you? They don't know. They trying to figure you out too, you know? So if that's the case, it's just like, they don't know, you know? So you have to know. I love to do, if you're going to do live stream content, what are things that people want to know about? So your channel is called the Nurse Practitioner Extraordinaire. So one, I would find place somewhere to show your name, because all that's cute, but I want to know that I'm talking to Shara or whatever your name might be. I'm just guessing. I'm just not even guessing. I'm just saying a name. So if that's the case, so let's go over to the Tubes U. So if we go over here to your channel, like one, you come up for that, but then also like, what's your name? You know what I'm saying? Jamaica. I'm Dr. Jamaica. Cool. Okay, well, I want to also know you. So one, I would say your name. Two, so that people get to know you, because they're like, people come to a live stream, not just for the topic, but they're also coming for you as well. And so when I'm looking at your channel based on this, I'm not seeing a consistent theme. Now, I get this is Vlogmas, so I'm gonna go past Vlogmas to see diabetes, ask a pharmacist, COVID-19 vaccine. What are some of the, so COVID, whatever, the freaking vaccine. If we're looking at something like this, these are good conversational pieces. All right. Things like this because everybody wants to discuss it. It's the conversation that's happening in people's mind. You're somebody that's in the the working space of the people that are on the front lines and stuff like that. It's just like, and then too, what's your channel promise? What are you going to talk to them about? If it's going to be about being an RN versus being, an NP, okay, are you helping other nurses figure out their path? If you're starting as a registered nurse and you're trying to transition into X, what does that look like? Here's how you work and deal with conflict. Here's some of the things you need to know when dealing with doctors. So the conversations, one, should be more focused around the who. Are you helping to do what specifically? The second thing that I would say when it comes to your channel is when you do a live stream content, like focus in on some of the things, like enter in the conversation that's already happening in their mind. Like, what is it that they want to know? Like what's stuck to them, what stuck out to them. Dealing with racism in nursing. It's just like if you're teaching a nursing person how to do that, that's something. If you're saying like, here's my thoughts on the quote unquote vaccine or whatever, or how it's releasing. People want to know. People are having these conversations at home. What better place to have this other than with somebody that's actually in the space? So like I said, I get the Vlogmas stuff, but again, it's just like, okay, so your name is up here, but like we also already see the nurse practitioner name. So I would redefine this, because you want to make it clear who are you helping with what specifically up here, because we're already going to see the channel name here. So like your name and then who you're helping with what specifically. New uploads every Tuesday, Saturday. Cool. Okay. Past Vlogmas, going back, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire, for whatever reason, this one got 22,000 views on here. So something is happening. Something's happening where people are, taking a look at it. You may have run ads on this one since it's saying a commercial. Not seeing any comments for real. So I'm guessing that was an ad or something like that. But like, look at the stuff that like people want to know about. One of the things I see all the time is attitudes. Like it's a lot of personal development stuff. It's a lot of conversational issues in the medical field with certain demographics and like just that whole interpersonal skills. So those are things like if somebody's trying to become a leader, they're trying to get a certain position, whatever it is in the medical field, whatever that, who are you helping with what specifically phrase, have conversation pieces, open the door to a conversation so that when they come to the live streams, they can still get their questions answered, but talk about something that's relevant. I know another something that came up is like, do nurses and doctors, like, is it mandatory that they get the vaccine? Okay, you're somebody, again, in a leadership position there, open up a live stream around that conversation. And even if nobody shows up, you can always have your 3 points that maybe you'll hit. So if somebody comes and they want to ask a question, cool. If they watch the replay, they're still getting value there. So have bullet points in mind, but also be open to having a conversation. So make it a conversational type topic. We have a live show that we announced as a 30-minute show, but we tend to go over by 5 to 10 minutes. How important is the timeliness? We figure it's YouTube, so the flexibility. Yeah, it's like, honestly, the Helpcast is supposed to be an hour. How we get off into 2.5 or 5 hours, that's on y'all. That's y'all fault, So now it's a joke. It's a joke when I say, well, hey man, 1 hour today. Y'all never listen. You never listen. Like, y'all don't care. You're just like, no, we're going at least 2 hours. It's like, so, I mean, if you're legit building a show, 5 or 10 minutes ain't hurt nobody, because that's probably enough to acknowledge people, say what the topic is, and then the meat is that. Now, if you're saying it's a 30-minute show and it is 2.5 hour show, then it's something to really verify. But seeing that it's somewhere thereabout, then it's fine. Because again, we know that beginning, some parts of the middle to maybe even acknowledge people, answer a couple questions or whatever, it's still, the core content is still focused around about an hour. So I think that's fine. So Kathy's saying, I'm committed to doing one a week, but I do get stuck with the research before I record part. I want content that is value added, but I struggle with that work. And so here's the thing, like, you got to get to a point that you are not stressing about your content. The way that you can do this, the way that I did this in the early days, was not only create something that's searchable, that is something that is a deeply desired type topic, but also by creating content that is sometimes fun for me to do or easy for me to do. And also knowing the expectation that nobody may be interested in this, or it may not be as well received as something else that is highly searched or whatever, and being okay with doing both. Because if that's the case, then it's like that way it's easy for me to make a piece that I enjoy, and I also have time to put together a more researched and stuff like that. If you are not using TubeBuddy, you need to do that, because TubeBuddy is highly going to help you. And so you go to tubebuddy.com/Diana, or diana.link/TubeBuddy, whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote. But like if we go over here to TubeBuddy, so one of the videos that will come out next week, when I go up here to TubeBuddy, and I go to my video topic planner, I have plenty of videos that I'm planning out. And so like this one is one that I'm going to be making that is going to come out. So if you're in the Let's Get Live group, then you saw the behind the scenes of me showing how I'm shooting the B-roll for some of those clips. Okay, I'm putting together the tags and the research for it. It's still playing around with the title. And eventually I'll get to the point where I write out the description. So the video topic planner helps me while I'm on YouTube going through different things, figure that out. I need to figure out where I need to sit so I can be centered. Shoot. Or can I move over this way and move it? Because that's going to annoy me, but we'll figure that out later. Neither here nor there. The other part is that when I also go up here to TubeBuddy, you also have the SEO studio. If you are not using TubeBuddy, I mean, like, you're hurting your content creation, legit. So I'm going to go to my saved drafts. And so if I'm doing a video like how to live stream using the Sony ZV-1, which is the video I started to make, I honestly even still have the content for it, just never released the video. And so I'm working through the title. I'm working through the description is already written. I have the links to the stuff already in here. This will be updated because it's recently changed. But the description, all that stuff is pretty much done. Then I can go through to, like, again, this video is done. All I literally need to do is finish editing it, uploading, and it's done. And then I have my research tags and stuff that's in here. And I can go ahead and create the thumbnail, compare that thumbnail to how it's going to look across other content. So I can see I'm going to show up in search for even my own video when I talk about HDMI versus USB, because it's relevant to the topic around live streaming with the Sony ZV-1, as well as other ones. So I'm like, oh, is my thumbnail kind of weak, or is it not all that great, or, you know, whatever. And then once that video is done, then it's already optimized, it's ready to go. So once I hit upload, all I have to do is tell TubeBuddy to load this template over it, and it'll replace everything. It'll fill all the gaps, and the video is done. And as you can see, this is a 99% score on this video because it's researched well and it's ready to go. It just hasn't been released yet. And so I probably will add that to the queue of things to release soon. But you know, like, that video is done, and I'm using TubeBuddy to help me go through that. So if you're not using TubeBuddy to grow your channel, I mean, like, you're hurting yourself. So again, diana.link/TubeBuddy. If you need help with that and you're trying to figure out that, like, TubeBuddy is the deal. So also, like I said, give yourself some grace, some breathing room and stuff like that when it comes to other stuff. As far as your channel, you know, maybe it's like 2 or 3 videos is highly researched, one for you, you know, so that you have a rhythm of something like you enjoy it. It was fun for you to make. You needed to make it, and you're good to go, kind of a deal. So that's what I would say about that. All right. So let's see here. What's going on, Chris Gloss? Good to see ya. Glad that you are here. Let's see here. Still trying to focus and find on brand, reading Donald Miller now. So the book she's referring to is the book by Donald Miller, which is not on my desk currently, but it is called Building a Story Brand. And so let's see here, Amazon.com. And so here's the thing. Keep creating in the midst of identifying and getting more clarity. You do not need to stop in order to find more clarity. Creating helps to find more clarity in what you're doing. Consistency adds to more clarity in what you're doing, because you're easily going to find out the things that are working and the things that are not working. When you're simply just sitting on ideas and deliberating and spinning on your head about them, and you're not actually creating it, putting it out there, you're just going to get more confused. So you can find clarity in the doing. So don't hold off on your content with that, and learn. As you learn something, implement it. Actually go and do that thing. And so, like, this is the book. This is one of the books that we gave away last week during the 10K giveaway, because I just felt like that is a dope book that everybody needs to know, and is something that, like, is extremely important. And so when you are looking at things that about how people are digesting your content, when you're looking at things that are extremely important when it comes to customer journeys, like, I don't care who you are, what your content is about, or what you're doing on YouTube, that book is vital, absolutely vital. So just keep going through that. And as you learn something, implement. As you learn, do. As you learn, do. So that's what I would say for that. Saying, I'm stealing the Southern excuse for pronouncing things wrong. I'm in North Carolina and cannot say Worcestershire sauce to save my life. Who can? I don't even think the people that made Worcestershire sauce could say it, or however the hell it's said. Worcester, whatever. Listen. I'm saying Sean Connery, yeah. Charcuterie, whatever. Who knows? Who knows these things? Said, you crack me up. One of the reasons I love it here. Well, I'm glad that you feel at home here. What is going on? Chocolate Twist, Yoda, peace and blessings, everyone, saying you'll never get away with doing a sneak live without me. You know, and I have learned. Y'all do not play when it comes to these live streams. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you. Glad that you are here. Rich is saying there's a Seth Godin podcast where he says that if you walked into a Nike hotel, you totally know what to expect. But if you walk into a Hyatt or Hilton, they're all very general. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like clarity is and when it comes to the branding, being able to easily identify what's even like stores that they have, you know, even if you walk into a specific store and it has a certain name, you have an expectation. To the point, I have a friend that went to Chick-fil-A, which you guys know is like chicken, you know, so went to Chick-fil-A. And for whatever reason, I guess that young lady was not having a great day. And my friend told her, you know what, you do not have the Chick-fil-A spirit. and I guess like the supervisor heard it or something. And so they're trying to like make it up to her and stuff like that. I said, how are you going to tell somebody they don't have the Chick-fil-A? So she said, because that is not the way the Chick-fil-A brand works. That is not what you're supposed to. Everything is my pleasure. And it should be like a joyous. And I was like, you are just take your chicken sandwich and get out of line. Okay. Ain't nobody got time for you to be telling them they ain't got the Chick-fil-A spirit, but it's the truth. It's a true statement. You expect, I remember the first time I took my parents to Chick-fil-A because they didn't believe it. And I was like, no, I said, it really is like they have it dialed in. So I took my parents there and, you know, to let them have my dad, my mom and dad, they were ecstatic. They said, this is how you do it. This is right. They got my business. I was like, y'all are funny. But it was an experience. And so your brand is like, before then, Chick-fil-A, that's not a word we would even say ever, you know, but now we all know because it has a certain kind of click when it comes to a brand clarity. And it may be chicken, but it's also more than the chicken. It's the service. More than the waffle fries. It's the service. And so those things, and even Chick-fil-A, it's a book that I have on this tall bookshelf back here. I'll probably try to pull that up, but it's a book that I have where Chick-fil-A talks about how they got into branding to like what they want to be known for. So even when it comes to your channel, that's why it's very, very important to have clarity around what you're doing, because you want people to come and know that they're at home, and you want people that have come and they are not supposed to be there to leave instantly. And both are good. What's going on, Miss Finance? Good to see you. Let's see here. Whoa. I missed something. Saying best mic for live streaming. Now listen, y'all starting fights today. We are not here for the nonsense, all right? The best mic for live streaming, in my opinion, is still the Samsung Q2U. Because it is an XLR and USB. I have it right over here on this little table. But it's the best microphone, in my opinion, because it sounds great. It has a lot of flexibility and functionality. And it freaking sounds great. And then another cherry on the cake is the Do anybody put cherry on ice cream? Nobody puts cherry on cake. Why do y'all let me say this stuff in public? So, cherry on the dessert, daggone it. Y'all know what I mean. Let's go to Samsung Q2U, and I will show you this microphone. But you're going to see I've had this microphone for some years now. I'm going to finally get into doing a review on it, because I'm also going to be comparing that to this one more officially. You saw a clip of that and just the testing it during Vlogmas, but I'm going to be sharing that. So if you look over here, this is the Samsung Q2U. Price wise fluctuates, but you should be able to grab this for about $69. And they finally have this in stock again. But this has, let's go to the end here, the USB as well as the XLR. It also has a headphone jack. It also has a microphone input. I have done some just incredible and severe damage with this microphone in a good way. Like, this is by far the best microphone in my opinion for live streaming. And until I try the Shure MV7 that's trying to really kind of compete with that, then I'll say, but in my opinion, that's the best microphone for live streaming. So let's see here. Saying, yes, that was an ad. Okay, so we looked at your channel. Okay, cool. Okay, so you're so very helpful. Thank you. My pleasure. And did I say your name right? Jamaica. I believe that was right. Alrighty, so let's see here. So here's real time, other type of thing to touch back on what we looked at the channel earlier today, saying I would love to hear a live stream about strategies for being a patient advocate for loved ones in the age of COVID, health disparities, biases in healthcare, and on. So that's real time. You're getting some data on what people are wanting. Also, if y'all are on Clubhouse, or if you have access to that, definitely go ahead and check that out, because getting in some of those rooms can absolutely help you to understand where people are at, what are they having questions about, and you can literally take notes and get ideas for your content, because people want to have questions answered, and they have, sometimes the way it is worded is hard for you to think outside the box. If you have access to Clubhouse, I would absolutely say check that out, because that's a great resource for any kind of market, and this is for anybody. For sure. The Palm Church, Miami, good to see you. Saying, which TubeBuddy subscription would you recommend? So TubeBuddy has a few, but let's see here. I think, let me go to pricing and let's take a look, see. All right. So they have one that's free, but if you're trying to get this is the monthly prices as well. They have the $9 a month, the $19, and the $49. I currently have a Legend plan, and I think this is great. But if you're just getting started, then honestly, like the Star plan, I think it's a good one. If you aren't sure on, you're just trying to learn it, then the Pro plan is fine. But the cool thing about TubeBuddy is they have where if you have under 1,000 subscribers, then you can get, I think that it's either the Pro or the Star plan for like $4.50 per month. So like TubeBuddy is legit with like working to help creators and like really being creator and service centered focus, which is why I support them tremendously. And that helped me a lot. And like when I was sitting under 1,000 subscribers. So like when you first sign into TubeBuddy, again, you can go to Diana.link/TubeBuddy. When you set up your account and you go in there, even just under a free one, and you go in the back side of things, so you look at TubeBuddy, it'll say like whatever, it'll link your channel and be like, hey, you can get such and such off, and it'll only be $4.50 per month. And then you're good, and you can get it even cheaper. But I would say at least a Pro plan, like for real. I just recently set up the Buy Me a Coffee thing, because I've been looking into doing more stuff as far as like, and we talk about channel membership, we talked about quite a few things. And just to be able to add additional value, like behind the scenes, I'm thinking about like doing some deep dives. Another question I've gotten a lot is around Kajabi and course creation and content and things like that. And so being on Kajabi since 2018, I just think a membership potentially may be a good way to do that. And so if the doors open up for that through the Buy Me a Coffee, then we'll go through that. Because I don't think I'm going to do the YouTube channel memberships, to be honest. Just because it's like there's some limitations there, and it's like I'm finding that there's some more breathing space through some of the other ones, and I got some buddies and some people in the community. Y'all got on me. It's like, we're sick of it. We want a way to give, and it's like outside of the super chats, which I appreciate tremendously. So we'll probably be diving into that, just like how I do research in TubePutty. So we'll probably take that route. So yeah, I would say go with the Pro or the Star plan at least, and then do the $4.50 a month if you're under 1,000 subscribers. So that's my suggestions there. All right, next question. Blind guys and his wife, their life. We're still trying to figure out the YouTube space. We are storytellers for the past 22 years with the dance theater. People always wanted to know about us, so we started a live show just trying to gauge our value. So, excuse me. So let's take a look at your channel. Blind guy, his wife, their life. That's quite the name. All right, let's take a look. See over here. All right, so see what you have, some content. Let's see just kind of what's coming up. All right, so one, let's not use the same thumbnail over and over, because that makes it hard to know what each specific thing is about. And then, so first of all, we got to do some changes here with just, let me get this out the way. We got to do some changes here, because if this is all I see when I come to the channel, I have no idea who y'all are, what you have to offer, or any of that. So all of that is just dead space. We don't know y'all names or anything like that. And we don't have a welcome mat, so there's no place to hang a coat, which if you put a welcome video, it would be here. And then relevant playlists underneath. So I would say change that. You didn't ask for it, but I'm giving it to you anyway, because you have plenty of content here. So bless up the thumbnails, as Doc would say. But yeah, if you are talking about creating a live show around your dance theater, like, you got to figure out, and that's the thing, I'm not a person that's going to say, oh, you should do content around this. You've done enough videos to know where you feel about what works for you, what's not, just not based on the views, but what you legit enjoy doing. Because right now the thumbnails are super busy, very confusing, and very hard to understand and read. Like, there's no one thing that draws me in to any of these. And that's a problem, because it's not easy to focus on what I should be focusing on in the thumbnail. So if you're talking about trying to figure out what to do, if it's around the dance theater, I don't see that. I don't even know what I'm looking at, to be completely honest, when it comes to that. So if you were, let's just do a quick YouTube search. How to do Zumba, I'm going to guess, for beginners. Let's go a little bit more, drill down a little bit. Okay, just thumbnail psychology here. Okay, what's the focus and center point? She is. You know what I'm saying? What's this? Title here, and then it goes here. So like super easy Zumba dance workout, then 5 minutes. So like thumbnail design and all that stuff, if you're going to be creating some kind of show or figuring out where your content needs to go, especially if it's around dance or whatever, then that's one thing. I don't know anything about anything when it comes to dance, but let's play around with ballet. Let's go to ballet shoes. No, let's go back. Ballet for beginners at home. Let's take a look at that kind of stuff. Same kind of a deal. So instantly what sticks out, this title is an easy place to focus. The thumbnail is clear on what kind of stuff you could do. Even with this one, just that, what is that, plie or something thereabout? Okay, knowing what to focus on. So you got to clear up the thumbnail. So if you do get something that comes up in search or whatever the case is, it makes it easy for people to understand. So if you're doing something around your dance theater, around stuff like that, you can have some episodes around your life, and you can have a lifestyle channel. Those just don't grow as fast at times, because people don't know what they're going to get. And if they're subscribing to you to say yes to you, then that's cool. But otherwise, you more or less want to have like a channel promise around those kinds of things. Because if you don't, and you're saying like you don't know where to go in the YouTube space, you got to define it. You have to define, but you've made enough content to kind of figure out what the messaging should be. What are people asking? Look back at comments and stuff like that. And if your comments are family and friends, we got to get rid of those people, because they aren't going to help us. My auntie would always love to come to my Facebook live streams back in the day. Auntie loves you. Okay, auntie, that's cool, but I don't need you to hear. Like, I need to know if people are vibing with this or not. Guess what? They're not. I need to leave. You know what I'm saying? And go and figure out what they want. So go back to your content. look through your analytics some, but then also know, like, you've made enough videos when it comes to the kind of stuff that you are doing. What do they want? Saying first time here, will this be available after the live stream? Yeah, we don't take the helpcast down, so these are available. So if you have to dip out and go take care of life, these will be here for you. So if you have a question, and even if you need to come back later, I answer all the questions so I can still make sure you get yours answered. So appreciate you being here, Christine. Good to see you. Creative Girl of Color was Danielle. Good to see you, Danielle. Glad that you're here. Lim Drops in the house. Good to see you. How do you find or search for the proper title for your videos? So a couple things with that. I have to understand my person's pain point. So if I'm knowing I'm working with entrepreneurs, they are frustrated about maybe not knowing something about a camera, or it's something that's confusing in the marketplace around it, how am I going to position my video based on the questions that they're having? And so when I go to, let's say, the Sony A6100. All right, so I'm going to start the search and I'm going to let YouTube finish it. I'm going to start it and I'm going to let YouTube finish it because I want to know, what are y'all typing? Not what I think, what are y'all typing? So for this, I'm going to look at A6100 versus A6400. Oh my goodness, guess what? Already on my list of videos, and that's another notebook that fell. Already on my list of videos to make. A6100 versus the ZV1 for video. A6100, A6400, A6600 for video. Which one is right for you? I started based on what I'm thinking and where the pain points are that I'm vibing from the community, what y'all are complaining about, what I'm seeing comments about, even what you leaving comments about in other people's videos. Then I'm gonna come over here to YouTube and I want to verify. I want to know what it is that y'all are having issues with. So if I'm talking about, let's say I'm talking about content around the A6100, I'm looking at the review, video test, tutorial versus the M50, cinematic streaming versus the A6000, all those different things. So when you come up to this one here, A6100 versus A6400, now I can start to look through content and dig deeper and get more into research around what are some of the things that y'all want. The video topic is fine because I can clearly see here 1,300 searches per month on it. But what is it specifically about the verses that you want to know? Are you going to use it for vlogging? Are you going to use it for live streaming? Are you going to use, like, there's a reason you want to know the comparisons. I get very methodical in the thinking process behind why you're asking a question that you're asking. Now, this is not to say you need to spend 30 hours on the research or something like this, but I legit sit here and I'll start it and say, I think that people are comparing these two together, or I can see why they would. They're priced similarly, or this one's cheaper, and they're saying, well, what's the difference? Okay, but what do you want to know now here? And me speaking to my audience when it comes to entrepreneurs, because y'all more or less, some of y'all may be vlogging, but most of y'all ain't. So I'm not going to do no vlogging clip because it's just like, if you vlog, it's like, it's not going to be that often kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the psychology of the question that's being asked matters. And that also helps with positioning of your content. That matters. So if I'm looking to find the right title, it's going to be based on people. Also the search, but it's also on people. The algorithms on YouTube are based around people. That's the thing. It's not some machine that's just deciding who it likes and doesn't. It's going off of our social behaviors. That's the important thing. JFK Productions saying, hi, Miss D. So confession time. I kind of sort of sold my Canon camera yesterday and I have left the brotherhood of Canon. Well, you know what? We celebrate you. We celebrate you. Round of applause for you, my friend. There is nothing wrong with leaving the brotherhood of Canon if it's right for you, because you got to find out what's right for you. Like I said, none of these brands pay me to say anything about them. But it's like when it comes to the content that I make, I am very adamant on who I support and who I do not. Y'all never hear me talk about Panasonic, and I own probably 6 of their cameras. Never hear me talk about them because it's not worth talking about. It's not something that I think would be a good buying decision for the target audience. So if you've left the brotherhood of the Canon, kudos to you for finding out what's right for you. So let me know what you're buying and what you are picking up. Kim Bucha, good to see you. Glad that you are here. Saying, oh, that was good. Keep creating. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Saying, don't be hesitant. Just do it. Absolutely, 100%. Saying, oh, don't mention the give and the will. Kathy, it is not my fault that the Wheel of Wonder does not like for you to talk stuff about her. You talk all the stuff about dark chocolate to me, and then when it comes time for a giveaway and we're using the glorious Wheel of Wonder, it's not my fault that she determines. The wheel determines. Matter of fact, we're going to go to the wheel. Let's just see what would happen. What would happen if we got started? So y'all already know. So I'm going to go pull up the wheel. Just a random one-off thing. Let's just see. Let me pull up the wheel because you're talking stuff about her. Again. The most wonderfulest, corniest music you ever heard in your life. If you're new here, welcome. Because we do things like this. This is the Wheel of Wonder. Kathy's talking stuff. Let's see if the Wheel of Wonder would be kind. Wheel of Wonder, spin, spin, spin. Tell us what it is. If this was real, what Kathy might win. See? Free shipping. See, you would have won that. But you know why? Your attitude towards the wheel. And that's why she don't treat you well. That's why she don't treat you well. Because you disrespect her. Okay? So if y'all are new here, that's how I do my giveaways. Is like that for the Wheel of Wonder. It's a whole lot of fun. And so it makes it easy so we can give away stuff in real time versus having to have you submit a form and then you got to wait and come back and it takes forever before you even know if you win and you forgot what you even entered for. So the next time we do a giveaway, we'll be using the Wheel of Wonder. So Kathy, stop talking stuff about the wheel. All right. Lim Drops is laughing. What's going on, DJ Strict? Wait a minute. There we go. All right. What's going on, DJ Sticks? And I'm here for the knowledge. Hey, if y'all missed my episode that I did on the interview last night with DJ Strict, go ahead and check that out. You can click on his profile in the chat. It was a great conversation. DJ Strict, he's a good interviewer. He asked some very questions. I will say this. He asked questions nobody else has really asked on an interview. I've done a lot of podcasts, live streaming, events, and stuff like that. Nobody asked the questions that he asked, so that was a good one. Since she didn't have the Chick-fil-A sauce in her veins, in their DNA. The Chick-fil-A, yeah. That Chick-fil-A spirit is legit. But I am so serious. Ask her now, and she said, that girl ain't had a Chick-fil-A spirit. I'm like, listen, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. Saying it's more than the chicken. Amen. Praise God. Hallelujah. Saying the snowball. Listen, Danielle. We do not talk about the Blue Yeti or the snowball out here in these streets on Entree Woman TV. Those are banned devices. They suck. They suck. They suck. All right? They suck. Chris Gloss know what the deal is. Team Q2U. That's what I'm talking about. Saying the best mic is whatever gives you good quality and has a decent noise floor. That's the Q2U. Depending on your connection, that's the Q2U. At the end of the day, it's the Q2U. Okay. Correct pronunciation says no. It's Jamie Sia. Let me listen. I read a lot of books. The English is just not flowing for me today. Jamesia. Okay. Thank you. Because I hate to do the names wrong and then it's like 83 streams later. It's like, hey, Jamaica. Just like, that's not my name at all, ever. I hate to be called Diane. It's just like, it's the A. It's an A on the end. There's no E. So I'm very serious about pronouncing people's names. So Jamesia, thank you so much for that correction. Saying that Clubhouse exclusivity still stings me, but the irony. I still get so many people frustrated about the daggone Vlogmas video that I purposefully did not try to rank or none of that. And people are just upset. It's going to come to Android. I ain't getting no. It's just like, because you're not an entrepreneur neither. You know what I'm saying? More or less, it's like you're probably a consumer. So it's not that big of a deal. So you can wait. I'm talking to business owners that more or less probably got access to having a second line on their phone. It's not that big of a deal. Hell, you can get a $50 iPhone SE or some whatever. It's like, but for the opportunity that currently presents, it makes sense. Otherwise, sashay away because I ain't talking to you. But Clubhouse is worth it, man. Said I got TubeBuddy Pro, but I may need to upgrade for more robust capabilities. Well, put what you have to work. That's what I would say. Put what you have to work. Palm Tree Church, good to see you. Saying thank you, my pleasure. Danielle saying great tips, always a pleasure. Saying great tips, I'll be coming back. Nice to meet you too. All right, Christine, we have a good day. Appreciate that. Saying hey, Diana, present and accounted for. Good to see you, David. Glad that you are here. Saying what are you using that is bringing up those stats as you visit channels? So that's TubeBuddy. So when I go over here, so it's a couple tools actually. When I'm over here, this is using a tool called Keywords Everywhere. And so like I can get that over here, but this over here, these search results and stuff like that, this is specifically TubeBuddy. All that over here, that's TubeBuddy. So I can see like if I clicked on the details for this specific one, TubeBuddy can give me more details on a search result. And again, what are people like? I already got this video lined out because I know this is something that people are searching for or whatever. But the weighted is based off of my actual channel. Unweighted is going to be based off of just regular search in general. Doesn't matter who the channel is. So weighted is important because it's like if I just automatically started creating medical advice tips, y'all are not coming here to figure out how to take, whatever blood pressure stuff. So it's the weighted version of that, like based on my channel, based on my content, not that great. And so it can give me more accurate details and I can figure out what are other things that people are comparing and really go through and figure that out, go through the results, figure out who's doing what in this space. A lot of great details that you can get, but like just the stuff over here, that's TubeBuddy. So that's what I'm saying. Like definitely check TubeBuddy out if you haven't already. And you can do that by going to diana.link/TubeBuddy. All right. So saying, did you say that your live stream should be at least be... No. I'm not saying that. That was based on a question earlier that they were saying that their show is 30 minutes. My show, we already 59 minutes into this thing. It's not happening. And then even if people in general, if you're just getting started and creating your own live stream, I'm not saying a time limit that you should have. All I'm saying is that you should have content prepared. What's something that you should talk about? So if nobody showed up, the replay value and then learning to build trust with your community is there. So it's like, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Friday Live Helpcast. If nobody was here, I would have 3 things to talk about at least to say, okay, like I wanted to dive into talking about this, and this is what we can have coming up in the next 2 weeks and things like that. So whether you're watching this live on the replay, thanks for being here, moving on. Point number 2. So even if somebody watches, that live stream content still makes sense. But if somebody shows up, like the Helpcast is just based on answering questions. Sometimes I may have a dedicated topic, but more or less I was about answering questions just because the size of the community is hard to just, like this is enough. But yeah, you don't have to have a designated time. If your live stream is only 10 minutes and like I said, nobody shows up or nobody that's there is engaging for real, that's fine. It's, hey guys, thanks for watching. Really watch this live on the replay. Thank you for being here. You can definitely watch the replay available in the previous live streams playlist on the channel. But with that, guys, with passion, see you in the next video. Boom, and you're out. Kind of a deal. So yeah, so I meant to say what, now it's okay. Autocorrect gets us all. So no worries. It's in the Wheel of Wonder. See, everybody loves the wheel saying, except Kathy, you just hating, saying, oh no, not that wheel. What's going on? Good to see you, Lola. Let's see here. Oh, we got a super chat, $10 from Blind Guy, his wife, and their life. So you're the real OG, the GOAT, the VIP, the MVP, and other acronyms that resonate value. I've gotten my ROI. Going to put in the work now. Thank you. P.S. My husband was happily listening. My pleasure. Thank you so much for the super chat. I so appreciate that. I really, really do. Thank you so much. Lola saying, we're doing the Wheel of Wonder. Watch. See, the Wheel of Wonder was kind to Kathy. Even gave us her free shipping. You know what, Kathy? I'll tell you what. I will honor our fake game on the Wheel of Wonder today. If you want to get a code for free shipping over on the Entree Woman TV store, then hit me up in the DMs or on Facebook. You know, we're already connected. So send me a message and I will give you the code for free shipping if you want to get something from the store. So you can't say the Wheel of Wonder was hating on you because she actually let you win something this time. The Limb Drops is laughing. Saying it's past lunchtime in North Carolina, heading to Chick-fil-A now. See, that, do you know why? Because the Chick-fil-A spirit. All right. It's saying getting a GoPro Hero 7 Black, then a Sony a6300 a few weeks later. Not bad, not bad. If I may ask, why you getting the 6300 instead of maybe the A61 or 64? So let me know. I'm curious. What's going on? The American Prince Charles III saying happy Friday traveling, but to say hello, keep up the amazing job. Well, my pleasure, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Live-in care worker. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. See, Lim, ain't nobody ask you listen, English is already hard enough for me today. All right. I'm pronouncing things allegedly correctly. All right. What's going on? Walter saying late, but I'm in here. What's up, Diana? What's up, Walter? Good to see you. Y'all, English is not happening for me today. I don't understand why, but clearly something is off. Saying a Q2U, hold on, can't keep up with the, get the hell out of here. Get to the, let me tell you something. They are the same. They are the same JFK Productions. They are the same. If you pull them apart, the build quality as far as the body weight is about, but it's like you get a little bit less gain on but they ask Doc. I wish Doc was here. If Doc Rock was here, Doc can tell you. Doc is more nerdier than I ever could be when it comes to like the technological internals of a thing. Like he'll tell you it's the same, and I have both of them. It's the same. The Q2U put this Shure SM7B, this $400 microphone, holding its own weight. So Q2U will knock some people out in the stream. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So ain't on Clubhouse, but currently getting work from Clubhouse. Jokes on them. You know what? Get yourself together. Saying give your TubeBuddy link again. Thank you. Oh, sure. I'll put this up here. Saying go to dyna.link/TubeBuddy. Nikki and Moose in the house. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When you get goats in your stream, you just won. Pause for the cause. All right. Let me tell y'all something about the Nikki and Moose podcast. So I don't know if y'all know or not, but you have the incredible Nikki and Moose in the chat today. So this is their channel. They're just getting started in their YouTube content. Listen, the podcast that they have going on right now is fire. Okay. Fire. They just released the podcast this week on Inky Johnson. I haven't been able to go through that one just yet, but I did see the snippet for it, and their stuff is legit. Like, you talk about branding, you want to understand marketing from a concept of like from the biggest and best people in the industry, breaking down different stuff. When you got from concepts when it comes to Kobe on here, just like, I mean, like, dude, the value is insane. So definitely check out the Nikki and Moose podcast, as well as their YouTube channel where the podcasts are there. It's legit. So if you are really trying to get into branding, definitely check them out. They are legit, man. So yeah, appreciate y'all hopping in. So man, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Alrighty. So Christine saying, thank you. I was going to go work out, but I'm sticking around because you're great. I can work out later. I'm going to tell you something, Christine. I can't be held responsible when we go, like this, we had an hour right now. I'm going to try. We'll see where we end up by the time I get to the end of the comments. We've gone for 5 hours. So please go handle your business. You don't want to stick around. We don't know what kind of nonsense is going to happen today. Okay. The community here on Entree Woman TV does not behave. And as you can see from last week with the Wheel of Wonder cheating, is the DNA over here. Okay. So, oh man, saying hi, first time joining and really good to be here. Well, I'm glad to see you. Good to see you. Everybody give a warm welcome to the new Entree fam in the chat today. Good to see you. Saying Audio Technica doesn't even keep up with the Newman or the AKG. How did you put those three together at JFK Productions? See, y'all starting fights. See, this is why some people don't have kids, because kids get in trouble. Y'all arguing in the chat. Where is the love? No, but it's like every microphone is different. And here's the thing with microphones, it's based on the voice. Like, I never watched like audio review for a microphone. If you're trying to figure out a microphone to buy, I do recommend the Q2U because I think it does a great job. But the thing is, watch reviews for your voice type. I don't have some really high pitched, feminine type voice in that way. Like, my register of my voice is not up there, nor is it down low, except for in the mornings when I kind of sound like the Allstate man. So shoot, it's questionable in the AM. Okay, pre-prayer, pre-coffee is just like, you need Allstate. It just, but with my regular voice, it's kind of like a mid-tone voice, and I'm okay with that. But when I'm going to watch a review for a microphone or something, I don't want to watch somebody who has a super low, like super gurgle, whatever kind of voice, or I don't want to watch anybody that has a voice so I'll watch somebody that's unboxing, for the first time, and they're testing out a microphone that maybe I'm considering, just based on the way that their voice sounds, and if their voice is similar to mine. That way I can actually see what would I sound like, not just like, oh, it's great for this and all the technological nerdy stuff. No, what does it sound like for my voice? So I know for me personally, I have this one dialed in now to sound good for my voice. But the Q2U, just right out of the box, it sounds good and it works for my voice as well. So, it's just like if you're watching and you're trying to get a handle on, what microphone might be good for you, give a good look into videos for people who has a voice like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I would say. So whatever microphone you're considering, look for somebody whose voice is similar to yours. Are you more high up, more mid-tone like me, or you kind of got the Allstate man voice? Either way, it's fine. So nurse practitioner, okay, thank you so much for the clarification. Think three things have stuff planned, just do. Yeah, so if you're doing a live stream, and that's something that a lot of people they get uncomfortable with, is like, man, what if nobody shows up? It's okay. Like, look at back some of my old live streams. It's still probably at 12 views or whatever, But I've also done 200, and I think this makes 15-ish or something like that here on YouTube now since I got started, because my coach was not giving me no slack back in the day. Like, hey, you need to make them recorded videos and you need to be going live. And I'm like, what drugs are you on, sir? But it helped tremendously. And just developing a style and a content. And again, live streaming is about trust. So in developing trust with your audience, y'all ain't just here to hear me talk about whatever I want to talk about. You're here because I gave you the promise that I'm going to answer every question on my live streams so that you get the help that you need, no matter what it is. And that's what the Helpcast is. That's what the promise is of these live streams. So y'all come, not because I'm so cool or anything like that. Now, granted, I know I'm fly. I know the white chocolate gets you. I know, I understand. But, it's just like, ultimately, though, you come because it's something that you want, that you're going to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then the relationships now have been developed. So that's why Kathy's mad at the Wheel of Wonder. So Walter's saying, when it comes down to the best bang for your buck, Q2U, hands down, best mic, we can debate. See, Walter always want to start fights. He was that kid in school, I'm pretty sure, that just walk up to somebody, just sock him in the jaw. He's like, man, I told you the best fruit is the peach. It ain't the apple. Just sock somebody in the jaw. What's going on? The nurse and the nerd, good to see you. Saying 49 for the Wheel of Wonders. We are not playing the Wheel of Wonder. That game is stressful. Okay, it is stressful. Saying the Wheel of Wonder is actually nice. That's true. She was nice with me and a few. Hey, man, y'all had to be following whatever Fulgens was doing. He had that glow last week. Saying happy Friday from Kansas City. Well, good to see you. And happy Friday as well. Fave Trip, good to see you. Saying just order my Q2U. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I hope it works out for you. Hope you enjoy it. And Walter going through his several collections of cameras. He owns 83 of them. And if you need picture profiles to save yourself the hassle. So y'all having a conversation. I'm glad y'all helping each other out there. Saying, and then Nikki and Moose are fire. Nikki's content on IG is ridiculous. She's the real queen. Exactly. All right. And then Walter, last one here, telling us so just gets more love because of the brand recognition. Samson is not sexy, but it smacks that audio technicity. Violent, just violent. Question, finally, thank you. Said I was trying to practice my live stream with my AA6400 and a Ecamm link, but it keeps blinking out with StreamYard. Help. What's the problem? StreamYard sucks. No, I'm just kidding. No, so one is go through. You don't have to watch the whole video, but go through. And you know what? I'm going to probably do a dedicated video just on live streaming settings for the Sony A6400 specifically, so you don't have to go through the setup video that I did, because that will take some time, but there are chapters in there. You need to go through, make sure your display settings are where they need to be, because if they are not, then you can have your camera go to sleep. If you have the HDMI stuff off, then you can see the icons on the screen, and you may not want that. And so if you're trying to really dial in what you need to do, the A6400 is what I'm using right now. So, and we've been live streaming for over an hour, and I've done a boatload of hours on this thing. So it's not the camera. You just need to adjust the settings for that specifically. Let's see if I can find that in the video currently, and we'll take a look at that, because it's just the timestamps are in there for a reason, so that you can just jump into that. So let me pause for the calls. All right. So like you got these chapter markers in here for the specific video. And then if you just want to go down here to the show more, then you can click on specifically, like I said, this video is a beast. Go in here specifically to like camera display, and go from here through the network settings and stuff like that. And then click on the HDMI live streaming stuff. So if one of the mods can add this to the, actually, you know what? I forgot I'm not on Facebook. So let's go to HDMI and then pause for the calls. And then we share, and you can start at that specific timestamp. So I'm gonna drop that in the chat for you. And then you can just start there specifically when it comes to getting just to the point of what you need. You just need to check your HDMI and your display settings, and you should be fine when it comes to that. All right, let's see here. Let's see, we got some more questions. Let me scroll back up. All righty. Lim saying, this ain't working for me neither. It's all right, brother. It's all right. And saying, until you've been in a session recorded. Oh, see, listen, ain't nobody, listen, who's recording in a studio that's like built with sound engineer, nobody. We at home with bad kids in the other room that won't play right. Because all you need is good background rejection, a good sounding microphone, and ain't nobody finna drop $1,800 on a mic for their little kid to come put Cheeto fingerprints on it. It ain't happening. So all y'all that's like all up here with just chill, okay? Chill. Ain't happening. Saying, sing with me. I don't have a high pitched voice. Yeah, it's like, and you got to pick based on who has your good voice. Saying, are you in good hands? You know, fun fact. Like I said, I am not kidding when I say my voice, it can be really deep early in the morning, or when I get sick, and you know how some people lose their voice. My voice doesn't go away. It just turns like into a full blown Allstate man. So I was out of town, and my mom, she asked that did something. So I called her pretending to be this guy that we knew. And she legit thought it was him. It was so funny. So I looked at the A6000 and the A6100, the A60. Okay, 63 fits for what you want. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you found something that works for you. So I ain't trying to start no fights. I'm just no, y'all trying to start fights in the chat. I ain't here for it, because you know what? I'm not the person that's gonna break the fights up. Y'all duke it out and you have fun. All right, everybody else, we're gonna be at the barbecue just watching. Saying I have a snowball mic and I have to scream at it to be heard. So one of the things with the snowball microphones is the polar pickup pattern, meaning how it picks up audio. You can redirect that a couple different ways. Now, I don't know specifically for the snowball, but I know the Yetis have where you can adjust the direction. But I mean, those microphones are trash, y'all. I'm just like, let's just call it what it is. They suck. Like, leave those alone. Stop listening to whoever is convincing y'all to get it. Those microphones ain't worth it. They just aren't. Get you an ATR 2100 get you a Samsung Q2U. Hell, you can get this one for $400 if it whatever floats your boat to find your lost remote. However, these suck. It's the same daggone price, and these suck. Like it, and I mean, I'm not gonna bash it because I know you have it, but I'm just saying they suck. So let's not even. They get recommended for whatever reason, but these microphones are trash in a bag. Just saying. Yeah, I know I keep it real here. So, so we're using a laptop with one available USB. Is there a way for two of us? How do we connect two mics? Can you please direct me to a video on your channel if it's already done? So you can technically do two USB connections. I honestly would not, because sometimes with the way that the computer interprets audio can be confusing. Again, there is a way to do it, but honestly, it's not worth the hack. I would just say if your microphones if it's a USB and XLR, use the XLR and just use an audio interface, because one of the problems that you can run into is trying to adjust for each specific person's voice and their audio specifically, because I watch podcasts where people are trying to, like the video version of the podcast, and they'll have like two USB mics and stuff like that, and they're running into challenges where the guy's voice may be softer, he may be more soft-spoken, and the woman's voice is maybe more high-pitched. You can't get the stuff quite right, so it just sounds terrible overall. So to avoid that, if you have a microphone that has an XLR, I would say, let's see here. I would say use an audio interface. You got the Scarlett 2i2. You have, like, let's go ahead and pull that up. You have the, what is it? The Behringer 404 HD or 202 HD. Those are good for, two-person setups. I have the 404 HD, which lets me do 4 people if I wanted to. But, use an audio interface, because what happens is on here, you can specifically dial in, like this person. Let me go here. This person's audio is per person number 1. And then you can specifically set stuff for person number 2, so that you each have it dialed in specifically for your voice. And then you have like the Scarlett 2i2. That's for that. I showed this example in this video over here, like up to a 4-person, 2 to 4-person live stream. So I'll drop that in the chat. And that's using like 2 Canon M50s, I think, or maybe just 1 in that particular video. But I've done it with like 2, 3 camera setups, Ecamm Live, and all of that. So I will share that video in the chat, and you can check that out. And that is what I would say. But go the route where you're controlling each person's audio. All right. Let's see here. Uh-oh, Christine. Uh-oh. Here we go. All right, let me scroll back up to the previous comment, but just know I'm going to answer that in a second. First time joining, and I'm already best friends with the Wheel of Wonder. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. We'll have to find some other giveaways to have to bring the Wheel of Wonder back. So I'm going to let you have your life back. It's all fun and games over here, saying, I yield. No worries, saying, if I live stream such as this, will my chat come up like yours? This is using Ecamm Live. So this is the back end of this live stream. So the music that y'all are hearing, even when I switch to the Wheel of Wonder, like I control that up here. So y'all can hear more of the music if you want, or I can turn that down. So when I did the Wheel of Wonder music, like what we did last week, I already have that built in. So y'all can hear the wonderful, isn't this glorious? This is wonderful things. So, but I can turn that down so it's not super annoying. System audio, like when I'm going to play a video or something like that, is over there. But this is using Ecamm Live. Let's get rid of the Wheel of Wonder music because we don't need that. But the chat is like, so if I'm bringing up Walt's comment or something like that, that's over here. And like overlays, if I'm trying to do something. So like this was the numbers that we were picking from last week from the Wheel of Wonder. Like all this stuff is using Ecamm. Even when I switched and I'm going to show a different overlay, this is like my setup. Even if I'm doing multiple people in like an interview, I have different frames and stuff like that set up and customized. So Ecamm Live gives you a lot of flexibility. You can keep it as simple as you want it to be, or you can make it as complex as you want it to be. But I absolutely adore Ecamm Live. Only thing is that it's Mac only. So if you don't have a Mac, go buy a Mac, like flat out. I've had plenty of clients and friends ask that same question, and they're like, I want my show to run like this. Ecamm Live can do it. It's worth buying a $600 M1, you know what I'm saying, or a MacBook Pro that don't cost that much. So that's what I would say. Sammy saying, I have a studio. Yeah, Sammy, but you also ain't paying no bills at the house. So, so what are your thoughts on the Blue Yeti? Trash in a bag. Sorry, not sorry. Trash in a bag. I don't recommend it. I'm coming from a musical background, but it's not my focus with this microphone. No, trash in a bag. Sorry. If you own a Blue Yeti, Blue Snowball, any of those blue microphones, trash in a bag. It's not worth it. You don't have to spend $400 on the microphone, but you also need to get something that's good. That's why I say the Q2U is an amazing microphone. If you want something different, they even have the Shure MB7 that is $249. I think it is now. But, get a good, like when you buy a good microphone once, you will not have to buy it again. Those Blue Yetis are trash in a bag. I'd never recommend them, like ever. Let's go look at the newest microphone by Shure. Similar form factor to this one, but on the inside, when you take the foam piece off, it's just like the Q2U in its form factor. And so, like, this is the one. So if you want a different looking style microphone, this one is cool. I think I'm gonna buy this one and get it in to do a review. Because I think a lot of people, y'all got questions around this one because it looks similar to the Shure SM7B that I have here, but it's not the same. When you pop that foam off, it looks like a Q2U underneath. So it's just a different form factor, but it's still an XLR USB microphone. Like I said, if $249 is more than what you're wanting to spend, Q2U will get the job done, and it's a great quality microphone. I just invested in my audio. I got the Rode Podcaster. What is this thing called? Rodecaster Pro, whatever this thing is called. So I could do some other stuff, but I also have a tech-based channel around video content creation for entrepreneurs. So, but Q2U or something similar. So saying $1,800 is cheap compared to how much folks spend in the music field. Yeah, for MacBooks and UAD. So yeah. So I just asked about the Blue Yeti. Still live with your thoughts for ASMR. Yeah, it's just like, no, I mean, if it's serious enough for you to create content around it, it should be serious enough to make a good investment. And $70 honestly is not that much money when it comes to this. And I yield, uncle. Yeah, that's not that much money when it comes to like $70 for a good microphone, reject background noise. So the focus of ASMR being able for you to get close, do all the different things. So if you wanted to hear whatever specific kind of, audio type stuff, you can do that. But reject background noise and stuff like that, I think the Q2U or even the Audio Technica ATR 2100 is going to be real good. Saying no, Miss D, the Behringer drive. Listen, you got to understand. You are talking to audio engineering folk, like that's your jam. I get it. Guess what? Most people, for what they're trying to do, again, you got to remember the focus of the channel and who I'm talking to, entrepreneurs that are getting into content creation. It's not that I'm trying to get them cheap stuff, because y'all know if I was going the cheap route, we would talk about none of the things that I talk about. However, competency, clarity, and functionality. If it don't have those three things, it don't matter. And to a point, you get to that law of diminishing return when it comes to certain stuff. So it's just like, nah, brother, we're going to have to disagree on that one. So it is what it is. Saying I always look forward to your lives. Quick question with Ecamm, how do you set up the background templates you have? I can't seem to figure that out. Well, the first thing is that, and first of all, Betty, good to see you. So the first thing is that when I'm setting up my Ecamm Live, I wanted to think about what kind of a show do I want? What do I want it to look like? What's the vibe? What do I want it to feel like? And so I got this inspiration from Luria for when it comes to like the framing and stuff like that. Cause I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool to be able to have it go to the computer and we, screen share and whatever and have a frame. But also if I wanted to bring a comment up, on the screen or whatever, then we got space for that as well. And obviously I could reframe that if I wanted to. And so this is just an image with the background that is cut out. And so I make all of my stuff in Canva. So even when I'm thinking like if Doc came on, if Lim came on, or if India came on the stream today, because I don't have it open for the community members to join the stream today, but if I had one of them that wanted to join or something like that, then I have a framework set up for interview. So if I wanted to do a side by side, then I can already add somebody in that position, one framing. If I wanted to do one person and the screen, then I have that. And so I built this out like if we have one guest and it's just us on screen and we want to be set up this way, this is the framing for it. If we want to have two guests and two guests plus myself, and then over here, then we have that. And if we want to go to 4 people, just a different framing setup. Ecamm Live has a tremendous amount of flexibility. So I just thought like, I want to do boxes and keep the same kind of format, but make it so you can still see everybody, even when it's 3 people, 3 additional guests. I got a framework for that so that like I'm already in a position, person 1, person 2, and then person 3 over here, so I created all this stuff in Ecamm Live, but these are just frames that I created in Canva. And so you can go to diana.link/Canva. But when we go over to Canva, see if I can pull this up real quick. Let's see here. So go over to Canva. A lot of stuff that I create, I absolutely do in Canva. Even my professional talks, I create my slides in Canva. So when I want to create a specific thing, again, like you got to have an idea for it. I'm the kind of nerdy person and I'm going to at least draw it out on screen. So if I wanted to do an end screen like I have, and then I'm going to, all right, we know you got free photos. All right, good to see you. Merry Christmas. All right, so I know that maybe instead of this block over here, maybe I want to cut this out and just make it just me. So I could go over here to elements, go over here to shapes. And this is, I think, using the older version. So it's open up in the new editor because this is an older template. So I'm just using this as an example. So let's say when I do the end screen, I want to use something like this. Okay, I'm going to go to Canva. I'm going to go to over here so I can do a shape. And let's say I want my face to be somewhere thereabout. Something like this here. All right, if that's what I'm saying, I'm doing the end screen for the live stream. All right, get ready to download this. I do tend to do mine's a little bit larger. So this particular one is at 2560 by 1440, whatever. So let's click that, done, download. And I'm gonna show you how to do this. This is all on Mac for me, because that's the computer that I use. So we're gonna just call this template 1. Let's go over here to that. So once this downloads, alrighty. Let's just open it. All right, and then I'm gonna reframe this so y'all can see more of what I'm doing with this specific olay. All right, so y'all should be able to see that. Let's make it a little bit smaller so y'all can see all the other stuff. And we're doing all this in real time. You ask questions, that's what the Helpcast is all about. All right, so now, all right, you should be able to see most of all the stuff. So we got this block here for the most part. What I can do is come up here to this pencil looking tool or whatever. And my face is always cut off on them. I'm gonna have to reframe this for this other lens that I switched to. I want to come up here. I can hit this magic tool, the little wand. It's going to highlight. You see it's got that box. It's kind of like doing what it's doing. Hit delete. Now that's transparent. That's how easy it is to do, like, and that's just all built-in Mac stuff or whatever. All I did was open it. Y'all saw exactly what I did. So if I want to save that, I'm done now. Go to File, go to Save. All right. So I now have that. Let's show these behind the scenes with the Ecamm Live stuff. All right, so y'all should be... All right, so now you should be able to see me on Ecamm, right? So follow with me. I'm going to pull this file back up. in my software, I'm gonna just move this out the way so I can actually find out where it is. And I'm gonna pull this into Ecamm as if it is, let me reduce this, like this, right? So this is a different screen, but that's exactly how I did it. So when I did I just created a folder, and then like the pre-show, which is this music, right? So it's just that music. So I got that because that's the pre-show countdown. And then I had the end screen. So if I wanted to do the new one of what we just did, I'm gonna drag this over in here. All right. So now we got the template. And you can see the frame that I had before. Let me get some of this other stuff out the way. So I can just clean this up for y'all. Easy to see. Just delete that. Just cleaning some stuff up, so don't mind me. So this is the new one that we now have. But underneath this is the old one. So like I had plenty of these that I've used. So I can delete that one. Delete that one because I'm not using that one anymore. All right. So now this is what you see, right? It's just a screen share. So I clicked on, instead of it being me on camera, I did the screen share. And so all I got to do is reframe me there. Boom. So now I'm like, okay, guys, we're in the stream. We're at the end. I'm annoyed. I want more coffee. I want to eat Chick-fil-A. Have a good day, you know? And that's how I do it. Literally that easy when you're in using Ecamm Live. If you need to cut that out anywhere else, there's plenty of tools where you can do that already, and even Canva has where you can do transparent backgrounds. But if this is the new end screen that I wanted to use, again, with Ecamm, it's as simple as me going from my main screen here, which is just me on camera, to now I'm ready to go to the end screen and say, hey, thanks for watching, blah, blah, blah. We're good to go, right? So, and I can hit the lock button so that doesn't go away. It's not going to move on me, all right? And so it's actually, so that's done now. And that's it. Literally, that's it. Most people sleep on what Ecamm Live can do. Ecamm Live is so powerful, it's stupid. And it's super cheap for what it does. So yeah, so you can go to Diana.link/Ecamm Live if you want a free trial there. JFK still on his audio bit. We didn't step on his toe, brother. We apologize. Did everybody get the focus right? One whatever something, because JFK won't be satisfied. Saying I used to tour with my Shure SM58. Wonder if this is good enough. Yeah, it's a tried and true. The SM58 is tried and true microphone for a reason. Saying I have a Mac, so get that. Go ahead and use that. Yeah. So I don't know if we can. Let me see if any of my moderators in here, whoever this grow with, whomever, I don't know what that's about, but probably take that one out. So if y'all can handle that in the chat for any moderators. I don't know if I gotta think who's all on the stream today. So we'll see. But yeah, so we'll deal with that. But otherwise, let's see here. Next questions that we have. Saying question, we have a live stream show on Facebook. We're using the 80D and the 70D. At times, cameras disconnect while reconnecting USB. It takes a while for the Mac to pick up the camera again. What software are you using for your thing? So let me know what software that you're using. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like if you're using the Canon something, I would say check that out and like see, but because the Canon software can be weird, you know, at times. I can't speak for that, but if you're using Ecamm Live, you shouldn't have any problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully. But I've never had anybody have problems with it. So Ecamm Live literally takes a USB cable and you can connect it to your computer. And not to your computer and your camera, honestly. And then that's it. If you are having problems though, here's something I have learned. Make sure you have a good USB cable. My poor USB cable that I was using with my Canon M50 passed away. Okay, literally the wire is falling out. It just passed away. And so getting new and good USB cables to transfer the data actually matters. You know what I'm saying? So if you're noticing that it's kind of kind of getting wonky at times or whatever, go ahead and make sure that you got a good USB cable first and foremost. But yeah, if you're using Ecamm Live, you shouldn't have any issues with that. And if you are running into some challenges, swap out your USB cables and just go and get you a good one. Not that one. We don't even know who that is. Said agreed. Don't do the Yeti unless it's the Yeti tumbler. Now the Yeti tumblers are legit. Those are legit. Saying I'm not going to say that the Blue Yeti is trash. Listen, y'all are not finna come to my stream and tell me the Blue Yetis ain't trash. Trash in a bag. Do you hear me? Trash in a bag. This is not up for debate. This is not up for discussion. The Blue Yetis are trash in an entire trash bag. Do you hear me? This is not up for debate. Trash in a bag. Okay, it's a wrap. It's like, no, I don't even care. Like, and so here's the funny part. Y'all don't know how much money I turned down on this channel from people wanting to do like brand deals and stuff like that. But it's just like, no, if I don't believe in it, or if it's not something I support, or what I'm saying, like it's a bad value, I think ain't happening. Trash in a bag, trash in a whole bag. Okay. So more specifically, I can't get the background to show my screen and face camera. So let's take a look, Betty, at your channel, and let's take a look at the content that you have there, and then let me pull up your channel, Betty, and we'll take a look. So thank you for the mic explanation. I saved the help video that you shared. It's my first time too, and I'm intrigued by the Wheel of Wonder. Did you create it, found it, and customized it? So the Wheel of Wonder, while we pull up Betty's channel, the Wheel of Wonder came from an inspiration that I saw TubeBuddy do when the pandemic first hit off. They wanted to donate a bunch of money towards the medical professionals, and so they did like a 24-hour live stream where they pulled some of the best creators on the platform in to provide value 24 hours, legit. So everybody was coming from different parts of the world, and so that it just made it work. And so they did a similar kind of wheel. It wasn't a Wheel of Wonder, but they did some kind of a wheel, and it was a lot of fun. And so I thought that would be an awesome way to like do giveaways and stuff like that on my channel. So I, of course, needed to brand it for myself. And so there is a software called, because this only take a second, it's called Wheel Decide. And so on Wheel Decide, they will let you create what you want. So if like when you're Ecamm Live Pro, it still remembers some other stuff. The bust is like you don't win anything, 30-minute private coaching session, another year of Ecamm Live Pro, which we gave those away. Like all of this is from other stuff that I've entered in, free shipping, spin again, like bust, and then we'll do one free switch pod. And so then I can come down to advanced, and you can say how many seconds. So let's do 9 seconds. And then you can change the colors based on what you want, if you want, but just keep it at roulette. Wheel diameters, you can get real specific on it, and then apply the wheel changes. So now you can kind of see its own little wheel. But the cool thing is, like, again, you can adjust the colors a bit. And I even think that they have a paid version or something like that that you can do. We got the Doc Rock coming in, my brother. But yeah, you can do something like that. I'm gonna pause for the calls there. But yeah, you can do something like that. And I just kind of did it myself and branded it myself. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
What's happening? Good morning.
Man, you back to your pod mic, I see.
Yeah. I got the roadcaster like situated. But okay. I got to redo the whole desk because I got to get everything back on the iMac while I send the mini to go get upgraded. And I am going to send you a branded Yeti.
What?
Hold on. I got to find my...
Y'all, this is my brother Doc Rock. If you have not checked out Doc Rock's channel, be sure to do so. So while he's looking for something, we're going to answer Betty's questions real quick. What?
This was my DJ booth joint, but this is what I do with the machine. You know what I mean? So you can put whatever on there, and then so you just take a Yeti and do the same thing.
Oh, thanks, Doc. You the dopest.
this is my Yeti right here, and it's the bomb. But the other one that you speak into,
Yeah.
hot track.
That is hilarious.
I'm
Yeah.
explaining. I was talking to Walter, and Walter's a good audio guy. Like he was one of the first guys I met back when I first jumped on the Ecamm. He does a lot of cool audio stuff for a Twitch, and yeah, it turns out that the original creators, they were sick. Their blue microphones are legendary. A lot of albums you listen to, a lot of singing. You know, Keith probably use them.
Yeah.
And then so they made the Yeti because they thought it would help out computer guys, and it was dope. And they were doing fine for like 2 years. And then Logitech came in and scooped them, and then go, oh, we can get it made for $8 and sell it for $50 more than what they were selling it for. And that's how we got High Fresh.
Because it is pure garbage.
2010 Yeti, it's legit. Everything after that, forget about it.
Pure garbage. Oh, Dad, I close out. There we go. So Betty had a question about her video quality. So, couple things I'm saying. First of all, it doesn't look bad though, Betty. And like again, I don't know if that video is a good representation of your live streams or not. But I mean, like, so one thing with a camera is minimum focusing distance. If you're too close to it and it's not able to focus, then it's going to be a problem. The other thing is like I said, it doesn't look bad from what I can see for the most part, but like depending on like how you got your stuff set up, like I would check some things. So that doesn't look bad. It doesn't look, saying I can't get the background to show my screen and my face. I mean, if I'm missing the question for what you're asking, and if it's not a camera related something, it's maybe an Ecamm related something, then you got to reword that for me, because otherwise I'm misunderstanding.
Sorry, Betty got it.
What'd you say?
Her fitness ones are on point, but that's because on the fitness ones, she's trying to get in her whole body, which is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Right. On these ones, I think like on your channel trailer, Betty, you're fighting overhead light versus key light, or that could have just been room light. And the framing on the trailer video is pretty dope. Yeah, I think what most people miss is the reason why we always go to that 16 to 24 millimeter is where you want to be for that good, like sitting at a desk camera stream, or, you know, the vlogger space. The vlogger space is somewhere between, say, 14 and 24 millimeters, period, point blank. So the kit lens is what, 18 to 55?
Yep.
So you're in the right spot on the kit lens, but at 18, you can only get f3.5. So you're not going to get a massive bokeh unless you put your grill in front of it, which is weird to people.
Yeah. It's like, Betty, first of all, Betty, your branding on your channel is bomb. Like, you get the award of the day, like legit. Best channel of the day so far. There you go. Get that Coach Fringy in there. But Betty, first of all, your channel is amazing. So if this vibes with you for DIY social media, which I think is everybody, I'm gonna subscribe to you, Betty, because I want to see more of your stuff. Yeah, definitely check Betty's channel out. Branding is on point. If it's something specifically, like I said, with how you're doing stuff with your live streaming setup, I would say reach out to me, whether it's on Instagram or whatever, and I can take a look at it specifically because I got time today. But yeah, first of all, your channel is doing amazing. You're doing some amazing stuff here. We could definitely dial in some other stuff when it comes to that.
Yeah, check out her fitness channel, man. The branding is even more dope. It's just in Espanol, but it's super dope.
Yeah. India's here. We about to.
Oh, India can read better than me. I'm out of touch.
Oh wait, here we go.
To read Betty's fitness.
What's happening?
What's up, India? Good to see you, man. Q2U for the ASMR.
Man, my Spanish is horrible. I can't read this. I can get mad and start yelling, but after that, Betty, your stuff is good, girl. You're doing good.
Yeah. So, Christine, if you already got the SM58, it's the same. Like, you got the same thing, because any audio processing and stuff like that, if you're a musician, like, you know what to go for, you know. So, like I said, as far as the ASMR and stuff like that, you can make any microphone work, but like if you got the SM58 already, you can make that work. If you want something more visually appealing, then you can switch it up a little bit different. It just depends. Saying Yeti tumbler. What's a Yeti tumbler? It's a cup.
It's a cup.
It's a cup.
I just showed you.
Yeah. It's a good cup. It's one of those good thermal ones where if you put ice in it, a few hours later, it'll still have ice in it.
No, it was whack. I put ice in that joint 2 days ago, and that water is still cold. It's not freezing like a milk, but it's still cold. Yeah, they're legit. Until you drop it and you get a dent, which makes a little bit of air leak out the vacuum or cause air to leak in, actually, then you're in trouble. But they're a fire, pure fire.
So, Adam's Exploits, good to see you, brother. Christine, you're a legit musician. Tell me, start touring around 2000 with the basic Shure, upgraded to the 58 in 03, and love it for touring. It's cool, but I can use it for ASMR. Yeah, for sure. It's like, here's the thing. Audio processing can make any microphone sound like just about any microphone. The highs and the lows or the limitations on the microphone will matter, but I mean, if you're a musician, you know what to go for. You got the ear, and that's the most important thing. At that point, you want to look into some software that can help add to that flexibility of what you're trying to do. That's what I would say. But like Doc saying, the SM58 is legendary.
If somebody said to me they needed to buy a mic and they only wanted to spend $150, but they had an interface already, I would tell them to buy the SM58. The reason why the pop mic reigns so well is because it's actually cheaper than the SM58. If you bought a used SM58 for $30 and you basically clinked that joint up and dermed it, it will be good. Like I literally have an SM58 from the 80s. And that joint got miles on it, and it's legit. They don't break. It's the reason why every concert, every church, every political event, it's all SM58 because they're tanked. You could throw that joint across the room. You know when the rock and roll guys be like,
and the best it's got is a dent in the grill. That's at best.
That's it. Best. Right, and then the difference is you'll spend 120 on the SM58, you'll spend 150 on the SM58S, which simply means switch, like the 2020 or the Samsung Q2U. This was modeled after the SM58. Like this is straight up SM58 copy. So please do not sleep on the 58. The reason why most people don't use it for podcasts and whatnot is because she's not cute. She's a tank though. But it's not cute. So everybody wants Pod Mic or SM7B
because they look cute.
They look cute. You know what I mean? The reason why it's so famous for concerts and that is it rejects noise. So the backup singers next to each other, but they don't bleed in. So your alto guy and your soprano guy or whatever doing their harmonies that close to each other, they don't bleed in, and that's why every concert in the planet, backup singers is back there. My girl.
That's how they do. That's how they do.
Exactly, Doc hit him with the
right. Exactly. He did the moves and everything.
Okay.
Hey. Oh no.
This is why. This is just so y'all know. Y'all know how the streams go. Once they show up, it's a wrap. So, but we got a super chat from Betty. Yeah, I threw it out there. It is what it is. Betty got a super chat from Betty saying, "Thank you so much, $5 for chocolate. Thank you so much. Appreciate that." We got Bobby in the house. Good to see you. Make it up with Jessica. Good to see you. And then another super chat from the Book of Alpha Romani saying, "You are appreciated, DG. Keep grinding and growing for the Glad Gang." Thank you so much, brother. I so appreciate that ever so much.
Hey, Andrew Nixon, we need Glad Gang shirts, fam.
It's shirtable.
Like
hashtag shirtable.
Let me go and message my merch people.
Right. I like that.
So Bobby has a question asking about the M50. Can't get it to hook up with Ecamm Live. Any tips? Check your USB cable. You don't need to do anything when it comes to like a Canon camera and Ecamm Live. You just need to make sure that you have a data capable USB cable. Any of those M50 videos that I did has a link in the description for a data capable USB cable. And honestly, if you have any kind of device like Android, not Android, but Amazon Fire Stick or something similar that transfers data, you can grab that cable, test it, and it will work because that is used to and built for transferring data. Or a phone cable. It's not just for charging, but transferring data. So check your cable. More or less, that's probably it. because it's not like it's some settings or something that you gotta change per se, especially not the M50 when it comes to doing that. So Ecamm Live saved Canon's butt these last couple years. I ain't gonna front. Saying I love the 58 for shows. I'm a songwriter. Not that I've been able to tour this last year. That's okay, man. That's why you had online music concerts.
Right.
Like that,
Absolutely.
you got to think outside the box.
Yo, Christine, can I give you a tip that just might change your world because it changed mine? Go to this link. I'm gonna pop in the chat. Okay, I want you to go set your page up right now, and within a week, set up your first like Zoom concert. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it is game changer. Like you will be able, and even if you don't have a professional Zoom, by the time you sell, let's say 15 tickets, then you can buy actually by the time you sell 2 tickets, you can buy the $15 1 month thing and just turn it right back off.
Yep.
But yeah, game freaking changer. I cannot explain it to you.
Yes.
I got yelled at by my friends and they was like, boy, and I said, yeah,
Listen.
I got you.
So I'm guessing Doc is talking about buy me a coffee, which like that's what I was saying last night when Alicia was doing the live streams late in the Ecamm Live community. Is I got off Strict show and like the after show and I'm like, all right, yeah, man. He's like, hey, I'm gonna tell you something right now. He said, you need to get over this about the money thing. I'm like, brother, it's all right. He's like, no. And he went in and I was like, okay, set up to buy me a coffee. Here's the thing. I already had it. I already had the buy me a coffee thing like early 2019. As a matter of fact, February 2019, because I had just shaved my hair and updated my profile picture. So that old picture was even still up there. And I was like, I had looked at it once I heard you bring it back up. And I'm like, man, I was like, maybe I should do something with this. But I was like, nah, I'll wait. And he was like, hey, next thing I know, it was something like $150 in there. And I'm like, yo, what is going on out here in these streets? You got the same beating Doc got.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a game changer. I found you.
JFK Productions ain't happy with the Behringer 404 HD recommendation, brother. It's okay. Like, just what did they say as a kid? Pat yourself on the back. Like, we know you know your audio stuff, brother. Well, nobody's contending you. However, out here in these Entree Woman TV streets is my house. No, just kidding. No, it's like.
And there you have it, gang. There you have it. Oh, she got a good one. Buy me a coffee /Diana. Okay, yeah. Princess D.
Yeah, man.
Wow, I was trying to type in the whole joint and it won't work. And here, let me just go ahead and throw that in the chat in case anybody would hear her coffee. And I'm gonna make a fake one that says buy Miss D whitechocolate.com and it will go to this page.
Right. You know I mean? Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, but I'm even seeing now it's like some more that's then came in. It's like it's just mind baffling. So honestly, thank y'all so much. I was saying
was correct.
What's that?
Joshua was correct because BMAC has a stream overlay. And Josh, the only thing that we found is that the lag is really bad on Ecamm. And if I size it to where people can see, I can't touch my overlays anymore because it blocks everything. Mm-hmm. So I've actually talked to the developers of Ecamm to see if there's something they could work about bringing it in natively or whatever. But yes, BMAC stream overlay source is fire. So yes, Josh is on point.
Yeah.
And welcome.
Good to see you, brother. Yeah, and that was the other thing. It's like I was talking to him earlier when we first started the stream about like it's easy to do behind the scenes stuff like that. It's like I don't think I'm gonna do the channel memberships. I probably do a tutorial to show the entrepreneur content creator community how to set one up, but I don't think I'm gonna make that active because what I can foresee happening this year with them opening it up at a lower tier, you're gonna have everybody with channel memberships and everybody's gonna be pushing that and it's gonna be hard to differentiate and honestly annoying to an extent. So it's like, I don't mind to buy me a coffee, but I also enjoy the flexibility of more things, like versus just being able to get a private live stream and that's on YouTube already. Like I want to do more stuff. If I was going to do something membership-ish like, so like the Kajabi stuff, I may do a beta through the buy me a coffee first. So like they get that first, you know what I'm saying? So if the course launch or whatever, or like the video content masterclass that comes out, you get part of the membership, or buy me a coffee, you get a discount or something like that. So I'm like, so now I kind of got to use it since it's already folks in there.
Right.
That's what I did. The membership will do the same thing. And then by the time we're ready to get that real course life going, it will be Kajabi. And I didn't want it to get split too many times because even like trying to peel from Patreon back to BMAC is better. But for me, like I just didn't want to put it on the YouTube membership, and I can't tell you I know why. I just gave these gut feelings about things,
Yeah.
and then so the only advantage I see with channel membership, like Christine and Sammy and Josh, myself, JFK, like they would have a cute little icon next to their name in live streams. And I'm like, that's not value add to me.
No,
I mean,
and that's
Right.
it's stupid
value.
stuff.
I don't want to give you fake value.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, first of all,
Right.
real quick, thank you again, Book of Alpha Rum, brother. Thank you. Real quick, want to address your question, then we'll get back to the buy me a coffee. Saying the Sony A7C freezes like crazy on Streamlabs due to low bitrate delivery to YouTube and had to switch to StreamYard. I mean, that's honestly a factor. It's like the Sony cameras don't have a problem live streaming, even the older ones. So definitely not the A7C. And I know you already are used to using Sony, so shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, it's like, honestly, unfortunately, some of these software tools, Streamlabs has been okay, but again, you start trying to push them and make them want to do certain things, it's not really going to work. And if you are doing the 1080p streaming on StreamYard, that's not. It should transfer that fine, but y'all know I'm an Ecamm person, so because I think this stream is going out in 4K.
Yeah.
True that.
It ain't stressing about nothing, so it's it's a reason why we use what we use, and why I even have friends and clients. They like, man, what are you doing this on? Ecamm Live. Oh, that's Mac on it. Yeah, go buy a Mac. Okay,
Right.
no
Right.
problem
Legit.
solved.
Right.
Problem
Right.
solved. So
Right.
I mean,
Right. You know what's funny? The cheapest viable stream computer you can buy right now is probably a Mac Mini.
Yeah.
Right.
$699
Yep.
out the gate,
Yep.
ready to rock.
And-
do it all day, every day. Doing it right now. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But like, if
Yeah.
you go and you get a small PC, the first thing you're gonna have to do is upgrade that graphics card and do a couple
Yeah.
more few things, and then you passed it. So I don't know, people tripping, getting stuck in lanes about Mac or PC is crazy. I have both, always had both,
Yeah.
got Unix too, and you know what? I use what I use because they work.
yeah,
Right.
You're not
legit.
carrying plywood with your Yugo. You need a pickup truck.
Yeah, for sure. So Christine said, "Thank you, Doc, about your thing about the buy me a coffee stuff."
I read it.
Okay. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
want her to not get burned out because I want her to share her music with us.
And
I
that's
want
the
her to
thing. Here's the thing. Here's another thing. Get your licensing game up, Christine, for at least to get on a platform or something, or just create streaming music. What y'all listening to right now? Streaming music. I'm
Right.
using Epidemic Sound, but if you got a dope track or something that I like, and I got licensing rights to do that on social media, why wouldn't I? So reframe around like, this is taken away, versus how can I read? Music is everywhere. Music on the phone, ringtones, streaming music pre-conference streaming songs, like all of that. When I'm setting up a stream, like I'm getting ready to do a shoot and I'm going back out of town, I have to develop a playlist of music that sets the tone and sets the vibe for the virtual experience. I need music. I'm going to use diverse music from, different. So your music still has value. It's just now a distribution game, right? And like Doc was saying, do them live streaming concerts and stuff like that. Like your music still has tremendous amount of value. It's just about how you redirect and your thinking and your framing around what you're doing, and redistributing that to your audience just slightly different.
Yeah, here's what I know. Here's what I know, Christine, because I'm a fire speaker and I'm always speak from the truth. You're here because you're curious about jumping back into the game. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here watching two Puerto Ricans in the black. Well, two Puerto Ricans in. You remember that record? It was a record, right? Very famous record. Yeah. Anyway,
That kind of went up my nose, Doc. Like, hold on now, just dang on.
you probably won't remember that record because you were a good girl and you didn't hang out. But that was a very famous dance record back in the day. But yeah, anyway, I definitely think that if nothing else, like get into like teaching, younger kids how to play or how to do songwriting or just, something that lets other people heal. And that's the one thing that's dope about music. Like when any of us start to feel in some type of way, we'll play some music that heals and you just feel better, Like definitely Game of Thrones theme come on. And
it's just a whole
living room,
yeah.
doing my ballroom, and Karen is on the floor rolling. She is cracking up laughing. So like I could catch her in like, yo, this is, Sunday is when realtors work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the worst day. I've been out there, customers getting on my nerve type thing, whatever. Game of Thrones come on. I started doing my Game of Thrones ballet and crying. And I'm like,
It's
boom,
over.
okay, that mood is over. We're back to Game of Thrones. I had them for True Blood. I had them for every TV show.
Yeah.
I got that little dance. And that's just proof that music can just do something to you. For all the musician people, man, like even if it's like Miss D said, making streaming music or just playing for a small group of friends and family while they wind up so they can feel better. You know what I mean? Just call 5 of your girlfriends and be like, hey, y'all sit down and shut up. I need to play because I'm having a day. And then get your little Merlot and pour me one too, and let's do this. And call them on FaceTime. You don't even need Zoom.
That's another thing. A lot of women, like friendships, wives or whatever, they was doing these Zoom happy hours. And then they with Bluetooth speakerphone. And here's the thing: music would be trash in a bag, or at least they're trying to do it or what. Like, and most of us now have a live streaming tool or something to make it better, no matter what you're using. So, like, I would create playlists of my music or mixtapes of my own music around girls' night out or girls, whatever, driving vibes, lo-fi, whatever kind of music that you create. It was this one girl, her name, it goes past me, but it was like she gave me her CDs for my birthday. I had just turned 21 and I'm in Alabama, and she played live on the stage, was selling her CDs in the back. I still have those CDs, and she was playing an acoustic guitar because her songs are dope. And I'm glad to say now, like, I looked her up recently, she's done a tremendous job as a musician and stuff like that, but thinking like little old Huntsville, Alabama, playing in some whatever bar or something like that because she's distributing her music. So it's like really rethink what are people doing right now and what do they want. I would make conference tunes. I would make stuff for girls' night out or, Zoom girls hangout or whatever. I'd have all kind of mixtapes. It could be the same songs, but you having a musical ear. The other thing is like Doc talk about the way music makes us feel. So I studied music for a long time, and it's like I myself am a musician. Played the alto saxophone, played the flute, played the clarinet, played the drums, self-taught musician, and played in band and got a full ride scholarship, so the whole nine. But it's like when it comes to psychology and the brain, it's a whole thing about how music helps people. So even from a psychological point, like, we know it makes us feel good and what changes our emotional state, but you can for real do some damage in a good way just simply reframing how you put out your stuff, even your old stuff. Lives, like we still buy tapes. Like I remember Jill Scott, she got a whole live CD. It's just like recordings of the live stuff, of the live shows. People buy it. Same song, people just live. People buy it stuff. So don't, take your break. Take it if you got stressed out about it, that's cool. But new beginnings.
And holler back that your mental health right now is probably the most important thing we could all do for each other, man. I'm telling you, this whole situation, I don't want to use the words because YouTube can read it and they don't want to hear you. This situation would have been a heck of a lot worse without meeting these two. And like now we therapize each other every day, clowning Lin Well.
Yep. Legit, right? Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Somewhere between Lin Well clowning everybody or my brother clowning me. We've created our own little therapy. We all saved each other some money on going to see the doc, the real one, not the one on YouTube. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
that's it.
It makes a difference.
Josh said he thought I said Scientology. He almost spit out his coffee.
Oh my goodness. So let's see here. Saying tried new cables, and at times it would still happen. So yeah, if you're in the Ecamm Live community specifically, go in there and show a video of what you're talking about. For that, because I definitely want to take a look at what you're saying for your Canon cameras with the USB. It's not like you need some $18, well, not even $18 because it's not a lot of money, but some $80 USB cable. USB cables is not that important. Like, it's, what I'm saying? Like the ones that come with your phone is plenty good. So I would say look into that, but like post your video clip of what's going on in there in the group in the Ecamm Live community, because all of us are in there, so that way we can take a look, because it's probably something really simple, but it's hard to like describe that on the chat on the live stream here to take a look. Saying 5-hour stream coming up. See, Caddy, this is why the Wheel of Wonder don't like you. You talking stuff, man. This ain't happening.
Yeah, for real. And so the other thing I would tell you, Shamir, is I personally, my brand of choice is Anchor. My Anchor cables are legit. They always work. They're just very, very good. They're built not to like rip up and whatnot. They're not very expensive at all. And the reason why a lot of people have problems with USB cables is there are cables that are data cables and there's cables that are power cables, and they don't always specify that. You normally can't tell until you plug it in. Higher end cables would do, they say sync and PD. PD is power delivery, sync is send the data back and forth. Some of the cheaper cables that you get with various devices that don't need to deliver power, they save money and make the cables lighter by using pulling out the extra juice, right? And as long as you don't swap cables, they don't mean anything. It's also why you see a lot of device manufacturers brand their cable, because they actually put in one that they know will work. So when you go to extend, you got to be careful of the $3 cables, because those are normally the dead giveaway it's missing that last line. And if you're a Lightning person, you can actually look at a Lightning cable and see if it's missing the proper data transfer. It's just used for charging.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? We got the Joshua Verwer's official.com. That's not his real website. But what's BMC? You say y'all know BMC.
We had that conversation.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because Josh, there's another person using Buy Me a Coffee. So yeah, I saw that earlier. I didn't take time to set it up because I was doing a Clubhouse room earlier before about YouTube and whatever. So yeah, I just came in afterwards and was like, okay, we just got to hit go. But we'll see. That'll pop up next time, I guess. Sammy asking, why didn't I join the fun last night in the 5 hour? Like, because it's called going to sleep.
Right. Exactly. Same thing.
It was like 3 live streams back to back. It's like, why go? Because I wanted to go to bed.
Legit.
Saying I've had a lot of opportunities to live stream, but my heart isn't in it. My peers and friends have been trying to get me in their streams too, but I am in hiding, burned out. Hey, here's the thing. Rest is always acceptable. Taking time to rest and get this together up here is always acceptable. And here's the thing. Nobody can tell you how much time is too long. Now, it's one thing if you're using that as an excuse because you are afraid, and that's the real truth of it, then that's one thing. But because if you are legit tired and you're saying, I don't want to do nothing, that's my anime time. Nobody is allowed to interrupt. Like, Do Not Disturb is in full effect when I'm about to watch anime, not because the show is so special, but my downtime is extremely vital because I do a whole lot of work. And when I stop working, I want to chill. Like, family ain't getting through, friends ain't getting through. I ain't joining no live stream. I don't care about no ping and Clubhouse. Nothing. I'm chilling. When I'm with family, I am fully present with my family. Nothing is going to interrupt. I ain't checking my phone. My phone is usually in the other room. And I'm legit spending time with my family. Nothing interrupts that. So if you legit need rest, that's always acceptable to take. Just don't use that as an excuse if that's not the true reason. But no, if you need rest and everybody, no, man, you got to do the hell with what everybody talking about. Because you know what fuels you and what you need. And nobody should be at the point to where you got to break down for people to be like, oh man, I ain't even know it was that bad. And I've been trying to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let nobody push you into like an overload kind of a thing. Because then everybody like, we praying for you. I ain't need your prayers before. I need you to leave me alone.
Right. It's true. Prayers ain't gonna do nothing now. It's true.
Oh goodness.
For realsies.
Fire.
Josh was saying I've been trying to figure it out as well with some custom layout. I'll probably do a video on it, some batch recording content over these next couple days. So it makes sense. I'll probably do a video around that and integrating that with Ecamm Live because we got some more Ecamm Live tutorials and stuff like that coming up. So for those that don't know what the Buy Me a Coffee is, this is it over here. And so like this is my dashboard. So like you go to buymeacoffee.com/Diana. Then you could legit buy me a coffee. I could change that to white chocolate, but coffee is better for now. And so like we're going to build this out. So right now, these are just like donations from people giving. and it'll tell you like somebody bought you a coffee around different things. So, and Rob just shutting it down, bought 30 coffees. It just
not playing.
Not playing, but it gives
you the
ability to do a whole lot of stuff. June in the building.
That, yep.
Saying loving you guys so much. Well, we love you too, Christine. This is all what we do. Every Friday, this is what it is. Giving. Sammy talking about the 4K club, saying switching to Mac and Ecamm. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's just worth it. The efficiencies and the time that you waste trying to make other stuff work. It's not like, here's the thing. We got brand loyalty to Ecamm and to Mac because they work. And then Ecamm because they care. It's the difference between like when companies are just like money hungry. Either you're going to be self-centered or you're going to be service-centered. And when you're service-centered, you're putting people first. And so when you have something like Ecamm, it ain't because they pay us. It's because it's like I start using it and they took value in my opinions when I essentially was a nobody online, because I spoke and I was a voice for people like, hey man, people really want, like, you think you can X out the other program so we can just use Ecamm natively? Yeah, you think we can do that, Glenn? Yeah, we can do that, Ken. We can do. It's just like, you know, it's like those two guys at the Muppet, when it's like they sitting on the balcony. Yeah. And it's like, you think we could do it? Yeah, we could do that, you know, kind of a deal.
Okay, let's do it.
And then they pull it off. Not because you're a somebody, but because they want to solve a problem, and they can. So it's like now fast forward to years, all they have been doing is tasks that are honoring to their communities, period. So when I say like buy a Mac so you can use Ecamm, I legit mean that, because it's legit. So switching to Mac and Ecamm, it is the way. It is the way. She is seriously streaming in Ford. Notice my phone less delayed than I suspected. Because it's Ecamm.
That's it. You're legit.
It's Ecamm. And I know Joshua uses Ecamm. His stream, like his vlog, like let me put y'all on something for vlog pastors. And y'all talking about like the best when it comes to Vlogmas. These guys are so seasoned, it's stupid. So Joshua and let's go over here. Let's do a little love. So first of all, I haven't watched this video yet, but I've been waiting because he's been waiting for it to snow in Iowa, for him to be able to hit his kids in the face with a snowball. I'm just saying, you know. I have been waiting. So I haven't watched the video yet, but him and Jared Brown, they do the Vlog Pastors podcast, and they use Ecamm Live, which means their show is unheard of, like good quality from the overlays. And Josh is a beast when it comes to creating content. Let's go to videos. And let's take a look. And he is consistent, constantly doing stuff. I see him getting into shorts, but Josh is so amazing, super dope when it comes to just like creating some dope stuff. But like, I don't know, man, there's some whole other next level stuff. So check out Joshua Verweer's channel if you are trying to get the skinny on what you can. That's for ministry work. This digital ministry is his YouTube channel. Like, no excuses. No excuses. All right, saying, I have it online, but I don't allow Spotify to stream me because they are criminals. Here's the thing. Buy me a coffee, PayPal. Yeah. That's direct. Money is, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I use Kajabi and I'm getting like a coaching client or something, that money is direct. You know what I'm saying? Like, distribution does not mean through a distribution house per se or something like that. Yeah, it can make it easy, but if you don't vibe with their practices for musicians, don't use it. Your YouTube channel can get you as much exposure as you want it to. Like, legit. For real.
For real.
So, let's see here. Man, I'm behind on the chat. Oh, my gosh.
We can't do up. I was waiting until you got to Dr. Lupo.
Wait, what?
I don't know what Dave talking about.
Man, it's hard out here in these streets.
I think because he saw Eric here. And then I think he was saying the wheel of wonder that Eric made for us. So I think it was just kind of a...
First of all, shout out to Dr. Taryn Lupo, the first person that ever had me on their YouTube channel back in the day. So shout out to Dr. Taryn Lupo. Good to see you, man. Yeah, we're going to jump ahead because there's a little bit of loyalty here. Saying sometimes I have friends who want to drag you into the pity party in negative land and have to walk away and not engage. I used to feel no, never.
Then my life changed this year, bro, and it's like freeing. It's freeing. It's crazy. My brother June was just schooling me about it a little bit in our brotherly love conversation this morning, and yeah, it's different, bro. It's different.
Yep.
So if you got to, because and you are an amalgamation of your 5 closest friends. Okay. I got close friends that I love. I mean, ready to take a bullet for the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
But they got stuck in the soup and they don't want to come out of it. And I'm not trying to hear it. I'm tired of trying to pick them up. It was getting on my nerves. And so I temporarily, maybe permanently, we don't know yet, replaced them with Diana, India, Linwell, Alicio, and my brother, who's always been there. And now my echo and DJ Strick, my echo chamber is a little bit different. My echo chambers is rise and grind right now.
Yeah.
Not and, oh my God, what's going on? This gee, wow.
The voice.
It sounds like that's how they sound though. Like that.
Like, bruh, like I don't want to hear it, bruh. When are they gonna open? Yeah. Like, when are they? Who cares when they open? I'm open. I'm open 24/7. I don't care. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know there's people out there that's like in a way, but you gotta pivot when it's time to pivot. Like, if you are a fire knife dancer and all of a sudden there's a forest fire in your neighborhood, and you can either keep fire knife dancing or you can pick up buckets of water and get to work. I mean, like, at some point in time, as adults, you got to do something different, because Einstein said doing the same jank over and over again when it's not working is the definition of insanity.
That's
so
it.
Like, it's just weird. It's very easy to get caught in them fields. And if you and you, I know you know better because you're the holistic man. So you know what it's about. So, man, make you some ginger tea and then just look at them and be like, hey, you know what, okay, I'll be back. I'm busy this week. I want you to treat this like when you first meet that date and you're going to leave your friends for a week to be consumed by this other person. Yeah, do that. And then that week turns into months, and you call and check on them and tell them how they doing. And then when they start pity partying, goes, man, that's credible. You know what happened? I just had another fantastic win. And then I just do that to them until they snap.
And then they get the hang of it. They see eventually when you start separating yourself and they realize the patterns, or when you start, they see. So they're either going to stop or they'll pull away or, whatever. But they see that it's like, you're not with that life. You're not about it.
And
maybe they won't see. And then you force yourself away.
Yeah. That same saying of rising tide lifts all ships, it also sinks some people.
100.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
speak that again. Hold on. Speak that again, Diana.
There's a rising tide. It does lift all ships. But if you ain't in the ship, it's going to sink some people.
You are awesome. Get it. Amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have
greatness
inside
That's Coach
of you.
Frenchie for y'all that don't know. Coach Frenchie's in the Let's Get Live community. Coach Frenchie is amazing.
Hello.
So, but that's the thing. It's like we all want to look at the better half of that. But the first thing that one of my early mentors taught me was that, and when you're going through a mental digital fast, like, to just reclaim your attention, and that's the energy expenditure is real. And you know what I'm saying? Like, in the same way, like, if I'm constantly giving, I can't give from an empty cup. And I'm not finna let nobody make me feel bad about how long it takes for me to refuel. Period. If you took, you gotta allow me time to give. But then also, sometimes we don't want to hurt people. Some people need to be out of your life, and that's okay. And that's a good thing. Because I had to make that phone call a long time ago. It's just like, to my best friend at the time, it's just like, hey, I can't talk on the phone no more. Why is this? Nope, nothing happened. Just transitioning into something else. And she respected that. And we still are good friends. We just don't talk as much or whatever, because it's like we going different routes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But hell, if somebody else is drowning and your ship is coming up at that particular point, it's like, at some point, it's not our responsibility to try to save everybody. Because somebody got to man the ship. It's got to sail someplace. That's why I end every podcast. The winds of life blows on us all, but it is how you set your sails. It's by Jim Rohn. The winds of life blows on us all, but it is how you set your sails. Guess what? I am destined to crash into a rock or a mountain or a something or a cliff face if I do not set my sails to coast, to set me someplace. So if other people are crashing and they're drowning or whatever, it's not your responsibility. And that's a frustrating and sad thing to say, but it's the truth. Everybody got their own journey and their own path. Some people left us behind in the season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. You know, and I mean, if you at a point to where you're going to try to bash me about refueling, we need to have a conversation on this relationship then. You know what I'm saying? For real. Do you love me enough to like know and appreciate that I recognize what I need and that I'm trying to do the same also for you at times? You know what I'm saying? Like if we both on heroin and I say I want to stop and you like, nah, man, no, what? That's like the severity of the energy expenditure. Now that's harsh,
Right.
but it's legit.
Right.
You want to put poison in my arm, but you know what I'm saying? Then when I say I want to stop, you like, no, you ain't quitting. Really? It's the same way with time.
And
The heck
you
I
know what's
won't.
funny
Right.
is you have family members that will be absolutely pissed at you for being on some type of drugs, but they're on negativity drug or
Right.
they're
Legit.
on the put down drug or the shaming drug. And the reason why they're negative or the reason why they put down to make themselves feel better. And that little endorphin rush that they get from like, you know, blasting you or whatever makes them feel good. And then so they become addicted to that because maybe they don't feel good any other way. So I won't mention any names, but he lives in a big house, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. He gets a rush out of putting other people down, and he became addicted to the rush of putting other people down. So very rarely, if ever, does he say anything negative about anyone else because he's addicted to that drug, which is the endorphin he gets from being boss dog, you know?
Yeah.
And it's funny how your friends would be, and know for a fact you don't drink or smoke or whatever, according to him, right? Like people will straight get on your case for having a taste or, you know, maybe having a little herbs or something, whatever you into. And yet they would just throw negativity drug or they would throw like life blocking drug at you and are addicted to that. So you got to learn these things, man. You got to learn these things so that you can know how to handle them. And that's it, man.
Yeah. It's just like I had to, and here's the thing. When you grow, even those that are around you, if they're open to it or whatever, they gonna recognize the change, and it makes them have to make a decision innately that, do I really want to uncover what's going on here? And maybe this is something that we both can grow into and grow, you know, through, or it's kind of a deal. Or am I going to take that negative approach and just be like, no, we going back the other way? You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine how, like, we're both in the desert. We're thirsty. We're dying. And we legit finally get to water. And you like, no, you don't even need none. What? Like, that's how the behaviors are. Like, it gets to that point. But one of the things that I've learned, even with your family and stuff, you got to teach people how to treat you. You have to teach people how to treat you. And in doing so, it makes them have to make that decision. Not that you got to be harsh or hateful or anything. You can do it in a very loving way. But that helped me rebuild relationships with my mother. It helped me to rebuild relationships with my sister. It helped me to rebuild relationships with friends. Not that those were broken, but the behaviors between the two are broken. It's not healthy.
Yep.
And we can grow into a healthy state. And like now, those relationships are really healthy and really good, but it took work. But somebody got to initiate that. And it's just like, hell, if you don't want to come, you can get left behind, and that's okay too. Because we all going to get left behind by somebody. Bill Gates had friends and people that was probably in the dorm with him, as with Zuckerberg.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, stay at the dorm then. What you mad for? Mad that I'm leaving? Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Choice, for real, for real.
And it's not just negativity neither, because you could be right. You could be best friends with somebody. It can be y'all could be have a good time all the time. And I've always said, I want to surround myself with people at my level and above my level, because if I'm always with people at my level, and you have to have a mix, of course, because you're going to have people that may not be at your level and you're going to help uplift them. But if you always at the highest level, or if you don't got nobody above your level, you're not going to grow. And it can be all fun and games, but I need to be challenged. I need to learn. I need to grow and stay in. Like if I'm at the ceiling and I don't got people above me, I don't care how much fun we have. I got to separate. I got to find a higher ceiling. I gotta go to move to a different house because this ain't working for me. So
Yeah,
it's
and
not
that's
always just about the negativity.
you don't want to be the smartest person in your group.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? You like
nah,
the
no.
5 closest people around. That is
I screwed that
serious.
up.
Yeah,
I
man.
screwed that up because
Yeah,
it was some okay, like as a kid who got picked on or just dealt
yeah,
with, the crazy racial crap that went on in the 70s and 80s. Yes, I'm old. Um, Getting to a situation where I was the smartest in the room felt good, and then I got
yeah,
addicted to that, and it jacked me up. I did good, but I didn't do great. Why?
yeah,
Because I was busy shining at top of the food chain for these folks around here, but I had nobody to push me. All of my push came
yeah,
from myself, and you
yep,
can only push
yeah,
yourself so far. That's the reason why you have a
yeah,
physical therapist, because you can only put yourself in so much pain when you're trying to heal. They got to bend your knee back around till you smelling your ankle, and then that's how you get your knee back. You know what I mean? But if you had to do it
right,
yourself, you can't put yourself under that own level of pain. As humans, we just have a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like being where I'm around cats that are, either with me or above me, and like we all pulling each other up. That's the
yeah,
move. That is the move. Like just
legit.
when little temporary move of being surrounded by folks that can just constantly tell you you're the greatest, again, puts you into my new situation. I'm gonna call it 1600 pin syndrome,
Mhm.
2006 to 2020. That's what I'm gonna name that syndrome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1600 pin 20 syndrome is being around a bunch of people that tell you you're the greatest when you need somebody to tell you, nah, fam, you suck. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's
Right,
go. Let's go. That's what you need.
Yep.
right,
Everybody
right.
wanted that.
Facts.
And
And that's
so
the thing
I
is like,
love that whooping I've gotten from Miss D and DJ Strick and Pastor Keith and Linwell and Markeith. I mean, like Bradley. Like I love
yeah,
the whooping I got from y'all. That's exactly what I needed.
yeah. Yeah, somebody that can speak life into you and you can to yourself and vice versa, but in different ways. It's just like, and we don't hold nothing back. It's just like, so every person at different times, it's like the whole group come up because we're
Right.
each constantly striving for more. And it's just
Yeah.
like, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's a hard thing. You got to have a care and a love for who you around for real, for real. And when you have that and all of y'all are striving, you don't have no choice. That's the rising tide lifting all the ships because everybody already got a ship built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They already got a crew ready to go, ready to roll, kind of a deal. So, you know what I'm saying? Like being the smartest
Some
person in the
folks
room is
that built their
dangerous.
ship out of floatable stuff, and some folks that built their ship out of concrete, wondering why they didn't
Right.
go nowhere.
Yeah.
Man, like, hey, man,
what I
my
mean?
feet getting wet. It's like, hey, brother, about to be in the neck
You
getting
going
wet in a
now.
minute.
You better jump ship, bro. You better switch right now.
Exactly. Tiger Flex movies, good to see you. JV, I see you had to run out, brother, but good to see you.
What's up, Gloss?
I had a question here saying about the percentage. So when it comes to buy me a coffee, what they have on here, they have their details. They just use like PayPal. So they are official partner of PayPal and Stripe. So it's the same percentages for PayPal. Like that's it. It ain't like, oh, we gonna take a cut of this and then PayPal gonna take a cut of that and then somebody else gonna take a cut. Like no, it's directly transferred to your PayPal. We do not hold your money. There is no minimums to get paid. So all of the people that have donated, first of all, thank you so much. Secondly, all that money is in my account right now. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
Like yes.
I opened up my PayPal to pay for something today, and I was like, oh, it's
Exactly.
like that.
Exactly.
Can I cover percentages for a second real quick?
For
That
sure,
is a
Doc.
very common question, and as a business person, you should know this kind of stuff. So no, I'm not going to get on your case about it. His long name, the blind and his wife, and some fun. I forgot the name of it. It's really, I was on the screen with it with Kurt
Yeah.
Nugget the other day. A fantastic conversation that night. Oh, actually, you popped in towards the end. The thing about percentages, number one, you can do what they built, you can build yourself. And Eric Mackler said he will make an English tutorial showing you how to build it. You can absolutely build it yourself with WordPress and a couple few plugins. You could absolutely build your own Rebrandly with a WordPress plugin called URLs, URL spelled out. But here's the thing. Can you do it in 5 minutes? I built that joint in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
PayPal did so. Y'all stop throwing this at me. I can't take it. She told me.
Right.
In the next 5 minutes. So while you're still building, them joints is already in my account. And if that requires me to let them have 15%, I don't care, because my
Right.
time, highest and best use. I am a web developer, but I'm also a creator. Web development allows me to have to sit there to make money. Being a creator allows me to go to the beach and catch some surf with my brother and make money, or go to Lion Coffee and buy some more coffee to send to my sis, or
Hey.
go to my shop and work on my wood shop game, or sit up in the house with my fat butt, open up a bag of chips and some dip and watch Notre Dame game or something. So yes, they take a percent. Yo, take
Yeah.
50% if you
Right.
allow me
It's
to
more than what you was
work.
getting before.
And I went to sleep at PayPal at one thing. I woke up at PayPal at another.
Right.
If I had broke my own, even with my
Right.
skill set, I would still be rolling. And then so at some point you buy prepackaged joints, because doing it yourself. That's why cigarettes exist. My grandpa used to be like, Bugles.
Exactly. Yeah. Rolling paper.
My grandpa had the leather pouch. He had to pull the paper out, put the Bugles. I'm like, my granddad smoking weed. And he's like, nah, boy, this is a cigarette. And then eventually he gave up and he just started buying Marlboros, like standard issue folks. And that was the end of that. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to hate on anyone. If you want to do that, knock yourself out. If those last 15% are going to change your life, but there's a mindset word for that, which I want to shake as many people as possible off of. That's the opposite of an abundance mindset. That is the scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset states, if I gave these cats 3, 4, 5, 10, 15%, it's taking away from me. But if that 15% allows you to be freed up to do something else, that's of a higher value than all the donations to which you would grab, then it's all. Who the heck did Miss D go?
I don't know. She just put us up there. That's all right. She apparently she trusts us with
Hey,
her channel.
welcome to Puerto Rican Woman TV with Doc in India. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know how to explain that to y'all any better, but yeah, like if possible, I want you to shake that as soon as possible. We are going to be talking about that. And again, Eric, I think it's a fantastic idea, because there are the people that every dime will matter for them. So yes, it will. But for where I'm at right now, I just don't want to do it. Same reason why I don't want to buy an M50 for half the price of my Sony, yes, but have to do a bunch of singing and dancing and hoop jumping and buy another $900 worth of light to make it look good. I would just rather buy the straight joint from the gate and get back to work.
Right.
Let's see. There she goes. I thought you were about to have
I had to pull a. We'll be right back after these messages. I had to use the restroom.
I was about to say,
What did you call it? The Puerto Rican Andre Woman Show? With special guest Doc Rock.
Okay, shoot, the Puerto Rock Show.
You might have a hard time finding it, but we're just going to address the nurse and the nerd. There's nothing wrong with a couple's channel doing pranks. I don't care if everybody says that pranks are overdone and it's over. I'm not going to say that, because you know what? Just ridiculous slapstick comedy was over and done and boring. And then The Rock and Kevin found kinship, brought back the people of color version of Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then they've been in 4 movies together at this point, and they're now the 2 highest paid dudes in Hollywood. So everything is overdone until it's redone properly. There was 80 computer companies, and now there's 4. And who's at the top of the food chain? The people who were at the bottom for 20 of them 30 years. So if that's what you really want to do, do it. You do have to work harder though, because there's a lot of people doing it. And your audience, how can they grow with you? That's the only caveat I have for you is, let's just say you're doing a prank channel in your mid 2030. That's fine. Is that still funny when you're in your 40s, 50s? Your audience can't go with you, because they're going to be like, all right, we done seen this for 20 years. What we finna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the longevity in that play? That's the only thing I got to say. But if you're willing to take that gamble, by all means, nothing is oversaturated on YouTube, because people will vibrate with your voice and your mission and your style or your relationship partnership or whatever, people will vibrate with your energy just a little bit different than the next person. So that's all that's about.
Facts. Man.
Eric, you're perfectly fine, bro. You can do everything in German and subtitle it if it's good. Some of my favorite movies. I watched a
Not in
show on
English.
Netflix, Criminal Germany. I love it. And they had the Spanish version from Spain. They had the France version, the England version, and then the German version. And the one in America, they changed the name to Interrogation, but it's the same show, jerks. And all of them are
How
fantastic.
how you really feel?
But because of the actors and the storylines, I found that the German edition of Criminal was the absolute best. And I understand like 3% of it, but I could read.
Mhm.
So, man, do you, fam? Do you?
Yeah.
You.
Just
Get it.
catching up on the comments here. I'm sure y'all are in it, but y'all know I be getting behind. He said, look, June called me out. Unannounced potty break.
Right. Or she bought more stuff.
You know what,
He
June?
knows.
That's a good thing. I should have had Amazon is supposed to deliver a package for me today. It's probably been sitting at the
Your
door.
notifications.
Got snow on
Exactly.
it. Who
Your
knows what's
notifications.
going on?
Snowing, Missy?
I ain't been outside. I hope not. I know Joshua had snow where he's at, which is not that far from here in Iowa, but we ain't had none yet. And what has come has been little dustings and then it disappears. So we still got very much so weirdo weather here in St. Louis. So I'm not mad at it either.
Can we look at the Nurse and the Nerd channel and see
Yeah.
why they went?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I think that's what you think. I don't think that's real. Man, you don't have. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get mean. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
Okay.
get mean. I'm gonna get mean from love. Nurse and the Nerd.
Oh, didn't come up in search. Now we got to look.
Okay. I found it. I think it's them. The Nurse and Nerd.
The Nurse and Nerd. Not and the Nerd then.
Yeah, no, the Nurse and Nerd. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth, ma.
Let me find this.
It's kind of funny. I can see.
Oh, it's all together. I'm
Yeah,
spelling
yeah.
it wrong.
Yeah, THENURSEANDNERD. Miss B gonna slap me.
Hey man, I
Wait,
appreciated
what?
it because I'm typing in real time while you saying it. It helped me out. Look, and found it. Shoot.
Let me explain you something. The
Explain.
Nurse and
Explain me.
Nerd. I'm gonna explain you something. You don't
Explain.
have any momentum at all. And I don't mean this in a mean way. It's just raw facts. You got 20 videos totals. You haven't even got the M in half of the circle of the O yet. We don't even count analytics until we are at 100 videos because there's not enough data to process.
Mm-hmm.
You have half of a data set. Don't do anything other than keep creating until you get past that first 100 videos. You are JV, like in JV cheers or JV soccer or JV basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to pass that. But it looks like it's more than 20. But I swear I saw something like seconds ago that said it was 20 videos.
No,
so that
you
don't
about
count.
you about on.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
And
you
actually-
about on about 20 videos there from what I see. Because it's all the
And
way.
the first
The oldest one is
was,
9 years old.
9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Just keep doing it. Don't worry about all of this stuff. Now you will find your groove, but you have got to put them out. There's no expectation of viewership or nothing. People will start to find you when you get that thing. And I like the channel, no doubt. I will warn you on one thing too. A second thing I'll warn you on: when you pick one of these joints from Canva, try to bless it
Templates.
up a little
Yeah.
more than what they just gave, because about 15 other people got the same thumbnails.
Same
Right.
one.
Uh,
Right.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you're fine. I would work on thumbnails a little bit. Let's get a little bit more efficient with it. This one you just made, the thumbnail is going to be hard to read on mobile, but I mean, the fact that you're still creating, I'm just going to appreciate that, and and I want you to stay on this mission, but I want you to tighten this thumbnail up. Trust you me, if you have, let me know if you have Canva Pro or regular Canva, because you can't cut yourself out with regular Canva.
Yeah.
But if you have
Yeah.
Canva Pro, you can cut yourself out.
Yep.
Now, if you one of the two of y'all is nurse, they might have some kind of program on one of these graphic programs that's taking care of like healthcare workers, because you guys are the real heroes right now. So you might find, if you look, Canva or Affinity Designer or somebody going to give you a program that's going to let you bless up, and they're going to give it to you right now.
They had that earlier. All of the programs were like, if you're a healthcare worker, you're a teacher, you're into whatever. They still may have that. So I reach out to customer service, like the support, at least send an email, because even like the nonprofit stuff is not like readily accessible on the website, easy to find, but it can be located. But just ask, send it out there. But yeah, it's like, that's the thing. It's like, if your oldest consistent video started a month ago, we in internal reflect. We not like, man, my audience, what audience? We not there yet. And so like in a loving way, honestly, like I said, we're not there yet. And Vlogmas content is not the thing that we want to use to like propel it. And then two, like, so when you look at the way you're looking, so you got one in here that's like, you met Dr. Umar Johnson or whatever. Guess what we don't see? Dr. Umar. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's nothing in here. You got a Christmas tree. I get it's Vlogmas or whatever. You can reframe that kind of differently, but there's nothing about the thumbnail that speaks to the actual video content, even if it was a vlog. So go back, rework on some of these. Again, just like something with groceries, and then there's a nutcracker thing. So the inconsistency around the concept around it, use these Vlogmas videos as practice to get back consistent like you did. Now, if we're talking about finding a theme or a focus, again, like, so we want to change the header. I get that you got the framing there, but again, like, let's go through, like, if we're talking about dating advice from a married couple, Vlogmas is only during Christmas, so we can take that off. Healthcare, technology, culture breakdown, like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, the branding is always clear when a stranger can say what it is. The nurse and the nerd is going to help you with what? Healthcare and technology and culture breakdowns. Okay, cool. But if I'm not seeing anything to suggest that, and then like the thing with thumbnails is always going to be about, where is it leading the eye? Opening a new store. What kind of a store? There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I would go through, it's like, at this point, there are things that needs to still be practiced. There are things that really need to still be worked on, because as a creator, we're saying, well, why aren't they doing this almost too soon, when we should be saying, why am I not doing this with my content, kind of a deal. So just a little bit of a redirect there. So look internally with like some things that you can change and tweak, because you can have success on different kinds of channel. It's just more about, when you asking other people to say yes to you, you got to give them a clear reason why they wish they would say yes. Eric saying, I want to create my own stuff because I'm in control and I want to upgrade my design. What converts? What's the fastest path to profit? You know what I'm saying? And it's not all about money, but what's converting?
That was my hang up as a designer and a creator and stuff like that. I would look at these things and I would see the negative parts of them, because I can pick them out. And my brother's the same way. And that would get me. And I got caught up in it, and I just realized I was making really dope stuff, but I couldn't convert it. But because the other things are trusted, like when they see Stripe, PayPal links or whatever, they're automatically trusted. And yes, again, you can roll your own stuff in, you can put Stripe API in your account, but like even getting the API approval to put Stripe in your account, that's about a 3.5 hour process, plus the ACH transfer to your bank back and forth, which takes 3 days. So now we have 3 days plus 3.5 hours. My BMAC has been up and has converted over $1,000 in less than 24 hours. Facts. Keep building your own stuff, bro. Knock yourself out. I am going to learn to get out of my own way. This is my mission for 2021. And that's why I got y'all here, to be like, rock, you knucklehead. Let's get out the way. Do what you got to do. That's why Linwell is cracking up over here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was literally just talking to a blind guy in the chat about it. The things that did it for me, what really made me jump ship, and I love my patrons. They were the first 13 people that trusted me. Thank you, India, and the rest of y'all. The fact that I can do a one-off Zoom meeting like tomorrow. I got a Zoom meeting scheduled tomorrow just because I want to get down in some real mindset stuff with people that's hard to do on streams, right? Because I need to see you. I need to see your reaction. I need to talk you through it. and I'm able to do membership, I'm able to, you know what? I just got one piece of nugget from that dude and he's cool. Let me just give him $5 because I can't afford
Yeah.
Patreon.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't afford that, whatever. I missed
Yeah.
the stream, so the super chat opportunity is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
caught the replay, but that was still fire. Let me
Mm-hmm.
get that dude five. I was blocking people from giving me $5.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
guilty
you
of
got
that.
Right.
cats like Robbie come in and buy you 30 of them $5.
Right.
I'm guilty
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
while you are still typing, question mark, PHP, semicolon, enter.
Mm-hmm.
I got 30 coffees from Rob before you could finish typing the first line of code.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? While you're facing the hanging semicolon and open bracket, knock yourself out. Code your face off. Enjoy every stitch of that. Or open up a BMac, and when you're done building your own, which I will do because I can, you just switch it
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and just put the BMac API on your site. And be like, y'all
Right.
got two ways to do it. You can either join the membership this way and the thing that I built with my design and my colors and my font, or if you needed something quick, you on the go, you on your mobile, use BMac. Oh yeah, and by the way, BMac accepts Apple Pay, blind guy. That's another thing that was dope. If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
put your Stripe
That's good.
account in there, it accepts Apple Pay. Super frictionless because people can be like,
Click. That's
just
why
leave. Take care.
Crazy.
that's why me giving on people's Instagram lives, like I was shouting out the Nikki and Moose podcast. When Nikki go live, it's real easy just to send them badges, just to show support, because
Right.
I can do an Apple Pay real quick. It's I ain't got to get no card. I ain't got to look for nothing. Even with PayPal, it's again, it's like the same thing like when I would be coaching entrepreneurs, like for those that had a food truck or something like that, about what they can do. And it's just like, well, we want to do, it's just like, stop. What is easy for your
Right.
people? Either you're going to be self-centered or
Right.
service-centered. What's easy for your people to do? That double tap real quick or face scan or fingerprint scan with the Apple Pay, or is it something simple? And even like when it comes to the fees, I don't care if they had the exact same fees as Patreon. What's easy for y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's easy for people to do? And like I said, again, it's the instant versus the 30 days and all this extra other stuff is a real clear alternative. But more importantly, like I'm looking at the other stuff. What's the infrastructure? I already been taking on like 30-minute consultations, 1-hour consultations and stuff like that on my website, because Calendly has that, and it schedules the
Right.
meeting, and it schedules where they automatically have a time block in my calendar. They already set. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to be present for there. I don't mind paying fees for whatever it is, and that still goes through PayPal, so that money still comes to me instantly. And I don't care about the fees because it's easy for people to get help, know where my availability is, and they ain't have to ask me.
Yeah, he said it wasn't about the fees. It was some other concerns, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, bro, you gotta do that. And while we're doing that, Lola is rolling up her BMac
Right.
as it should. And Lim Drops, you should roll up your BMac as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in there. I would like to I was going to address that for it's kind of a Eric and a Glola Coaster question, both the same thing. I say yes, do make 2 channels, but so you don't have to make the content twice. For a little bit, I want you to pick one of the 2 channels and I want you to code switch, which is what I do. I don't mean to do it. It just accidentally happens when you get me fired up, right? In the beginning, I want you to say, hey, listen, I'm going to do this tutorial in English. As you guys know, Betty has 2 channels. As you guys know, I am a bilingual person. So occasionally I'll accidentally drop into my language. I'll catch myself and I'll come back out. What you're doing at that moment is you are setting the, hey, let me go to the Austrian channel, or let me go to the French channel, or let me go to the German channel, or Swiss German, whichever. I don't care. Pick a language, right? So what you're doing is letting them know that other content is available. So the people who are code switchers like yourself, they'll be like, I will get this information way better, Sprechen Sie Deutsch, than if I try to double translate it in English from a guy that's already translated to English, and you guys are confusing yourself, right? So in order to be Alta Hammer, then you make, I'm just flexing for Eric. You just go ahead and make your German channel or Swiss German channel, and just tell them in the middle of the English ones that, hey, if this is easier understood in German, click this link up here in the cards and get to the exact same tutorial in German. The other thing I would do is on both of the opposite channels, take the self-directed, it's cheating for now, take the self-directed carbon closed captions and switch them. But then when you get better at your channel, or you don't mind dropping the cake, get the script or something that will do the translations cleaner.
Yep.
And then put the opposite translations on the opposite channels.
Yeah.
Entiendo? That's how you do it.
Yep.
Dígame, India, dígame.
Que lo que.
Yep.
Que lo que.
Yep. All right. So I think we pretty much through the comments, I believe. All right. So yeah. We pretty much through. Whew, Lordy.
My dude up in here, David. Because when you
David.
are ready to roll your own Mac, you need to go get you some Divi space, and they got a membership thing you can plug in and get yourself started. But for right now, I'm just saying, make BMac, dude. Sorry, Christine, buy me coffee. I am acronymic.
Okay.
Stop.
Exactly. Hey, man. Well, listen, we ain't doing 5 hours today. We hitting 3.
No, we not.
But we ain't doing 5. Shoot, I gotta get something to eat. But hey, I hope y'all got value out of today's stream. Thank my brother and sister, India and Doc, for coming through, adding even more value. And definitely be sure to check out Doc and India. Buy me a coffee. I'll make sure to get those links. So if you want to support them and thank them for just their time and their giving today, we're going to add that to the description for the chat so y'all have access to that. And if y'all have any questions, whether you're watching this live on the replay, you can always, reply in the comments, and I'll reply to all of those as well. And yeah, man, get to see y'all that's popping in here and coming in late. So,
Right.
but appreciate
y'all. That
y'all.
used to be for a very long time. Always coming in, Diana saying bye, and I'm like, no. Now I just jump on the live. Forget it. You throwing your link out there, I'm coming in. That's it.
Exactly.
David, I want you to spin your buy me a coffee up by the end of the day. I'm telling you why, fam. With the amazing sharing of the voices of yourself, your family, okay, everybody lean in close and nobody steal this from David. I'm giving this to David.
Okay.
David, I want you to go on Canva right now and make a Buy Your Valentine a song. Then I want you to go on BMac and make an extra. Instead of an ebook, we're just going to make it a song. They're going to buy a song from you for like $50, $100. Okay. And then you are going to create a donut in your editing program. The donut is some fancy Happy Valentine's Day joint that you stole from Canva. And the ending is some Happy Valentine's Day joint that you stole from Canva, where you put your link in your BMac. In the middle will be where you sing the song to the girl. So like, even they don't have to be a lover, it could be a friend. Like, I want my friend to feel better, so I'm gonna buy this donut from you. And Happy Valentine's Day, India, from Doc. And in the middle, you're gonna be like, you just call out my name.
I'll be waiting for that Valentine because I'm gonna need it.
Okay.
I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna need it. Diana, you heard him, right?
Exactly.
And then there'll be the ending. Okay, I'm gonna send you 50, 60, 70, $105, you name it, that's your price. And then you're gonna send that email to India, and on Valentine's Day when she get it, she's gonna be like, damn, my brother loves me, and I needed that because I was catching some feel with my first singles Valentine's Day in a hot minute.
Exactly.
That's it. Bro, so I'm telling you, bro, if you need help, you call me today, Hunty. I got you. I love your voice. And bruh, you can pay for them kids' college, because Valentine's Day, all of us that have done some messed up stuff, like spend the whole month of December in the basement with these things.
I knew it was coming.
I got a list. I got a list of songs I need. I'm just saying. I got a list of songs that I need because I am in trouble. Brother, I am calling for help.
Hey, man.
So get your BMac started today, in between your family.
It, man.
Save a relationship today.
Right?
Bruh.
That's what it should be called. Save a relationship.
All you gotta do is post that in the Let's
Save a relationship.
Right. All you gotta do is post that in Let's Get Live, because all of y'all was sleeping on the couch. Okay.
Where Lem at? Lem was like, I need to take a break.
After you started running, after you buy your first song, you take the $50 from that, go buy you an Instagram ad, and done. Like, then y'all got the money to come visit my black ass in Hawaii. I'm just saying.
Right. Right.
As a business manager, I only ask for like 10, 15 coffees once you hit,
Okay.
There you go.
All right, I got you, man. Because kid can sing your face off. He be up in clubhouse, closing the room like, ooh. I'm like, wow, fell out like I'm in church. Like, oh, the Holy Ghost.
Yo, I cannot.
Oh my goodness, y'all something else. Listen,
And
Doc
I
hit
think
Doc
that
hit that
song pretty
falsetto.
Hey, I made that song pretty bad, and it still made my friend feel better than she felt. So look at that. Imagine if you
Yes.
sang it, a good sang it.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, y'all are hilarious. Well,
Hey, there you go, man. Hey,
there you
but I
go.
gotta keep that. I kept my Patreon, bro. I told them if they feel comfortable with moving, they can move. If they don't want to move, they don't have to move. Because my Patreon only had a little bit. But yeah, I mean, if you need help, bro, you can reach out to me. I got you. Kurt has my info. I'm Doc Rock everywhere for the most part.
Yep.
Just find me. I'll help you because I'm that dude. I'm gonna help you.
Saying, when is the
Yeah.
conference in Hawaii? When we
Bro,
can
I'm
get to
waiting.
Hawaii.
I'm ready. Hey, yo,
For
I'm
real.
gonna have my boy dig the pit in the ground.
I got
throw
some
the pig
places
up
to
in there.
visit. COVID Nisa, I gotta go to St. Louis. I'm going to
Hey,
Oregon.
man.
I'm going to
Hey.
Hawaii.
Get y'all some good St.
Lem
Louis
don't
ribs.
count. Them don't count, but I'm gonna be traveling. I gotta go see Alicia in
Move
Florida
right
to see
now.
my family. It's a wrap.
Right. Lim already called me out. He's like, hey, when we make a trip to St. Louis, can I get a peach cobbler? I'm like, Lim, you say the
Hello.
word, man. I got you.
Hello.
I got
That's
you.
Hey,
it,
and
man.
now that my Austrian sister and brother got together and they were, doing their Swiss German Austrian thing in the chat, I'm happy to see that Christine and Eric can chat it up because we be leaving Eric feeling by himself. So thank you, Christine, for coming in, because we love Eric. He's
Yeah.
freaking hilarious. And if you guys
Yeah.
can just get together virtually and keep the family moving, that's what we want. We're going to be like our family international. And y'all make some dope
Hey, man. Do what you got to do. All right, y'all. We ain't going 5 hours today. Y'all not doing it. Y'all still popping them comments, and I'm like, nope.
Right. They trying. You know how they do. They try to get you. They
Pull
try to
Caleb
get
on
you.
Clubhouse real quick.
Caleb?
Right.
Yeah, Caleb on Clubhouse would be like, hey, y'all, the room is 1 hour. I got to go. Peace. Click. Boom.
Listen,
And then
Caleb is my friend.
He be
Post the room like,
Just no
Bruh.
joke. If you want, hey guys, all right, y'all be good now. We at the 1 hour stream, so I'm like, yeah, Caleb don't play no games. So listen. The live streams is a wrap. I just take a whole block of my schedule, just like from noon on down. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You know,
Right.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's how I'm doing my work schedule. I do my work schedule. I'm like, all right, I got to start planning out 2021. Tell me a week ahead of time. I'll block it off in my work schedule. And then it's like, okay, I needed to take a break from my bank stuff. So we doing this.
Hey, for real.
It's coming.
Kathy
Thank you,
Thompson.
David, man. I appreciate you so much, brother.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm
Yeah.
out. Love
Yeah.
you guys.
All right, y'all. Peace be unto you. Have a good day, good
No,
weekend,
no.
and we will see y'all later.